Oh,
We're
reds.
going to see who makes history today.
We're all pink, whatever color it is. Yo, I love you guys.
Here against
you guys are the real MVPs.
Opponent. We're going to see the
all the blues
of Elsa, and that
you know what blue rhymes with? Poo, and that's what you guys are.
You know, a lot of the play style from both squads with the Elsa.
Eat that.
In that,
Poo.
you know, how strong it can be.
Let's get this W. Come on. Let's come on, red.
Knowing that 100 Thieves also have played well around that. You mentioned Winnie earlier. Has done well on that as well. You know, playing around their, you know, even cloak and dagger stuff if they want to necessarily, but also it's just been, both teams just have such good low-key play at points, and it's matching the opposite side. So it wouldn't surprise me if we just have mirrors actually coming
Korova
through.
is in the starting lineup.
The Daredevil ban would be smart considering
Korova is in the starting lineup. Both teams
they can kind of go multiple directions now at this point.
Elsa!
You know, if they want to get potentially a one-sided tank pool. I think just because of the fact that they haven't played as
strong.
Okay, they did do that.
My God!
It's because they, I mean, they
this is
like,
insane.
Daredevil kind of playstyle.
This is insane.
They haven't played well around it.
100 Thieves. It took 100 Thieves a whole fucking month, losing 400 games to finally realize what the ban system is.
There, but we are going to see the lock into Mantis, which means yes, Sentinels definitely wants that triple backline composition. Right, Amazing likely will be on that Mantis. We could see Ultron, and you know they could try to ban that now, right? Like the idea would be, do we want to try to remove that and mess with it a little bit? Yep, there it is.
Yeah, it makes sense. Good call. And let's see. I mean, 100 Thieves letting let that go through with the Gambit and the Mantis. So letting the supports or the strategists come through on Sentinel's side, and they get the Invisible Woman Protect, which is kind of, I mean, sort of fallen through on the wayside, but I guess Doctor Strange was also still available, and
they're putting.
Really played a ton of
I'm calling it right now.
Stuff, but,
I'm calling this play-by-play. 100 Thieves finally learned it. They banned Elsa. Congratulations, Sentinels. You guys are throwing. You saved the Mantis. You're gonna force Rye Amazing to go Mantis. You lost the game because he should be DPS. There you guys go. 100 Thieves win. Everyone that voted with J3 on 100 Thieves are gonna be eating steak and lobster, while everyone that voted Sentinels are eating
your Gambit to have ults more frequently
air
is enough value. We're going to see the cops showing up, and it might be pretty close to a mirror matchup.
Shut the fuck up. You play a mobile game. Brother can't
they're going to have
anymore.
that Van pool for Vinny, which cannot be matched.
Okay.
Going into this.
Yeah, I'm always worried when we get Mantis.
You hurt my feelings.
Through, you know, in general, just because of how strong it can be. So that would be something to think about.
Hey, kids mad, chat. Kids mad. That's how you know you're living in someone's head rent free, because you don't even have to do anything to make someone mad, chat. That's how you know. That's how you know. That kid's mad. Mad.
Has been, you know, a standout player, has tried to replace big shoes, and I think has done it to a very high level. And then for the opposite side, for Sentinels, filling in, slotting in new players.
Oh my God, I love that, chat. I love that.
Struggles early on, so it's about kind of which team actually is looking better at the moment with the synergistical issues they've dealt with.
And I'm looking forward to seeing it. TTK now on that Strange. Might see an early portal play. Crimzo is going to be on the road. Clearly something they've been working on to have in the bag. Crimzo known for the cap, the group.
Yeah, Sentinels.
You know,
see? Sentinels.
Ooh,
wait, are both teams porting?
Throw off the opposition. Because right now, double shield. Vanguard line for 100 Thieves bringing us way back as they start up on point early on, just setting up and using that again for that portal as a wall.
Yeah, they get to play that triple Vanguard for the side.
Dumb not having proper grammar's crazy work. Oh yeah, it's probably like a 10-year-old kid.
Have a lot of HP to tank through, even with that damage boost potential from Dongman. And he's already sent very far back. Pressure coming through from 100 Thieves side.
Korova with some positioning here in the back line. Everybody staying healthy for the moment. Dongman, as always, playing that main Vanguard line with the shield to play Strange. We'll have that team up as well. Make sure you can enable a little more combo-oriented. Ooh, good pull there by Korova, trying to find some value onto Self, who will be on that Magneto right now. But that's that triple Van line that they are running, and driven backwards is the entirety of Sentinels. 100 Thieves will have advantage with that early ultimate from Vinny. Matched now by Winnie on that point to keep this space owned.
Yeah, they have to keep falling back, though. No straddles until now. Korova pops his own 100 Thieves.
Wait, 100 Thieves is running triple tank?
Let's see if they disengage it in the upcoming fight.
Crimzo is going to copy up there, seal this end song. Inferno from the sky will land. Bang! Is it get value? No, it does not. Delena tries to make something work out. TTK holding on to the Eye of Agamotto. Match right back by Yusher. You can't get Elsa. Go ahead and run the Phoenix. Bang! Right down onto Millennia. Yusher able to find the first pick of this series. Crimzo now onto TTK, and all of Thieves.
Okay, Crimzo.
And that should give point retake, but 31% here for Thieves so far.
Yeah, it is funny that the pace of play for both of these squads is slowed down.
The Lena is like
compared to
aura
the last
walking.
one. But that's
Oh
what
my
happens,
God.
I suppose, when Mantis is in the lineup. 100 Thieves obviously prioritizing keeping Vinny on the tank pool in this situation instead of TTK. But it hasn't worked out in that first fight. Sentinels disengaged. They get the damage boost on Usher. He's able to take down Millennia across the map. Excellent first fight from Sentinels, even though they did use the Raging Roll Flush in the previous one. Invisible Boundary coming up soon. We'll see if they can take advantage as well, as the Mantis does have uncontested ultimate. Eye of Agamotto is still available for both teams.
In the run of that triple Vanguard line, and actually Usher can run a pretty mean Wolf too, so curious if that ends up coming out if they're struggling more, but we'll see in a moment as Thieves do have control of point. Heartbreaker goes out here for Crimzo, trying to steal some of that alt charge. Winnie from downtown finds Usher, just making sure they are going to maintain presence on point in a moment. 43% in climbing for Sentinels, though. Can Thieves get on there? Ultimate's being committed by Rymazing now with that Soul Resurgence, and that will drive attention now backwards. Matched by Winnie with the Invisible Boundary, but it won't give them enough space to take this point, so they just have to kite here. Self is going to be leading that charge on the Vanguard, and that is something we don't see too frequently on Dom.
Invisible Boundary, they're committed on the defensive side, and like you said, it hasn't been seen too frequently. Eye of Agamotto comes out to peel forward as the Meteor M. Counter Eye comes out, but no KO's down. Nice block there from the Vanguard line of Dongman as well. The shield comes back in from TTK. Help peel the Ulkins push back away, though, I believe, by Kurova in that fight.
What
so nice
the heck? That's the point. What?
Pretty much negated to be useless.
Those are the types of ults that he do in my game, bro.
As they come up with the Rage Roll Flush soon, and Usher's ult, but Crimso gets taken out so low.
Come on,
and falls
TTK.
down. Nice job counter-engaged by 100 Thieves.
Phoenix in the sky doesn't seem to get too much besides burning cooldowns. Zelena gonna find two.
He's better than that, chat. He's better than that.
Usher, but Gambit does not fold, folks, as the commitment continues. And again, Flamme finds one as Zelena takes out Rymazing. TTK finding Flame as Kurova also falls. TTK on this Strange, bringing us back here a couple seasons, and now Thieves will have control of point, but Sentinels just need to win one, and they're coming back quickly.
Doesn't Self play Wolverine?
So tough to chunk through on the side of 100 Thieves' side. You know,
I wonder why they're trying to force the triple tank and not put Self on like Wolverine.
So low, but
Wolverine has been like really good this tournament.
Almost claiming the point.
And we're going to see more commitment now as Dongman is looking to find one and does onto Self. Usher with the Phoenix just reborn again, but does not get a KO as Rymazing says, I'll do that, no worries. 96% in climbing here for Sentinels. Nice sleep by Rymazing. Onto the front line of Vinny, who's trying to stall for days. Does just that as the Boundary now launches and Resurgence as an answer from Rymazing once more. Kurova holding onto a Boundary as well will give the heavy advantage for Sentinels here. Thieves are in a tough spot on this point.
Nice. Oh, nice shots, bro. Nice shots.
And it might be a matter of time here, folks, if these Strat ults are committed properly. But TTK and Self could have ult if they buy enough time. OT ticking down, and that could be it. No, it's not. What a touch there by TTK with millimeters on the bar. And that is point one, Sentinels.
Yeah, I mean, the 100 Thieves did a great job with the Roll Flush in the previous fight. I figured Sentinels couldn't come back with their own, but Crimso, you talked about it as practice on the road coming through, and the fact that they got that through is also enabling them
This is not real, bro.
In the middle of the fight, just staying so healthy, you know, kind of playing for his own life, able to take advantage of the situations they're in. For 100 Thieves, that's brutal. Next map, maybe you could assume, okay, you could dive on this Mantis to give them less space to kind of group up, but that was excellent shots from Usher towards the end, towards the Millennia, and 100 Thieves now sent back in the first round.
Before you attack, get ready.
And we're going to see here ult advantage on the side of Sentinels. Very close with TTK, Self, and Delena, which could be a good answer. But you do have a Strat ult available, which is very valuable at this moment here on the side of Kurova early on to take and own that space. A lot of strats, when they are calculating, you know, ult percentage properly, they'll use that Invisible Boundary offensively to slow whoever's overextending. Find that first pick. Next thing you know, you have point. In domination, that's everything. Sentinels trying to keep this going here. Can Thieves bounce back?
Yeah, that's a big ask, I think, for this squad, but they switched Vinny over to the Venom. They're going for that triple Vanguard line yet again with TTK on that Doctor Strange. See if they can fully enable this. I mean, they're not running the Jeff either with the team up. They're just going full engage with the Invisible Woman still in the lobby to make sure TTK gets that team up. The last time, I mean, the shield, the Meteor M himself was blocked by Dongman. We'll see if he can do that again.
We're going to see how this initiates here. Just stalling for right now is only in 100 Thieves' favor as they need to build these strat ults quickly. You can see Delena holding on to the Phoenix, ready to be reborn as Delena finds the first pick on a Crimzo. Good start there. This tracking is obscene to watch. Good shots from the Duelist Star. As
all I'm going to say is that it's not over till it's over.
Vinny now. And there's that Meteor M trying to stuff it. LeBron not able to make that happen. Good break and focus there by the side of Sentinels, or excuse me, by Thieves, as now Gambit does not fall. Delena goes up into the sky, and the Phoenix will fall. Will it get value, though, is the major question. Eye of Agamotto onto the backline is big, as Flame finds Delena, and that could be a good start here now for Sentinels, who want to retake this point, but Thieves are holding on. Stalling coming out from Vinny, who does have that overhealth. Not sure that landed. That Feast is going to, he is going to pay for that in blood. It's usual with some insane movement there once more, and now the boundary's committed by Thieves to keep this point in their favor. They're doing a great job holding on.
God damn, TTK's aim with that controller is fucking insane, and his tracking and awareness,
to force them away and then goes down.
That's crazy, bro. He's doing all that movement with a controller.
As well. Winnie throughout has just found these like picks in the middle of the fight, but Crimzo eventually goes down, and 100 Thieves disengage. Just works out. They're still control the point, building it up to 40%.
Oh!
Yet again, and for 100
Say
Thieves,
something now.
In the previous
Say,
one, at the very least, for Sentinels,
J3, I'm
we
never
just use that
touching you,
heartbreaker, like you mentioned.
J3 scam
Not too much value.
Say something now.
And this time, I mean, they keep disengaging Vinny.
Say something. I'm giving up on you.
Yeah, and they're going to have to retake quickly here. Sentinels, 50% for Thieves. They want to get to that 75% number to ensure it's a one-fight retake game for them. And they want to push this to map 3. Sentinels do have ult advantage.
It's not even over yet. It's over, bro. It's over. I can literally predict the future. Watch.
As always, Amazing's commitment now. They're all diving in heavy.
100 Thieves wins this map.
To try to force back some of that
I can predict the future, chat.
As Usher says, not up in here. Goodbye, Delena. Trying to match right back with one of the most well-known hit scan players, both of which just dominated so far in Ignite in this preseason, making a name for themselves.
Absolutely. I mean, the hit scan role is definitely showing to be stacked in North America. Vinny goes down to Usher on the point.
Oh, I forgot to use my. I forgot to use this.
Eventually, they're whittled down to not many left.
I forgot to use this when we were doing our predictions.
Where they, are fine losing this fight, maybe going next with ultimates. They still potentially will have a portal up in a sec. Winnie's getting staggered on the objective as well. Not fun to see for the squad, but regardless, 100 Thieves. Upcoming fight, I mean, we've seen in the middle of it, they keep picking Crimzo.
Oh, I changed the exclamation mark channel points to exclamation mark poor.
And support it. But maybe they have to trade, get some more damage onto Vinny. Regardless, they're losing their Vanguard a little bit earlier than 100 Thieves have been.
Yeah, and they're going to be close to a ton here. Sentinels on this attack. The question is, will they overcommit? They cannot right now as Thieves the ball's in their court at this moment. They need to win one real fight to force them into a portal panic play. TTK with the eye. Does it land? It does not on anyone. Forces out a little bit of direction, but that's about it. As the
I'm going to start doing push-ups every time TTK hits someone with his ultimate. Every one person he hits, 5 push-ups. Right now, I don't have to do any.
Vinny going in with the feast. Delena from the sky. The Phoenix descending. Bang. Does not seem to get enough value. What a play there, dodging that meteor ram onto Self, and I love this view. Shout out observers as we look now at Usher waiting to dunk out of that back line.
Yeah, looking for Crimzo now has ult after. These eyes are kind of hard to force at the beginning of the fight, and that's kind of been snowballing for Sentinel's side ever since that first eye was missed from TDK. And then also I think Vinny went in deep to try to dive with that Phoenix combination, but it was dodged again. The backline of Sentinel's playing so safe. People mentioned Karova has been a huge step up.
Oh, if you don't have 7TV downloaded, Carl, you're not going to see the emotes.
To get him and KO him. And then that early eye was just, it's hard to pull off Eye of Agamotto's, I think, in this comp for both of these.
You have to download 7TV. It's a Chrome extension.
On the height.
If you guys are just seeing long words and no emotes, you guys should definitely download
put the pressure back on 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
Great calls there. As you can see, Sentinels are going to be up and alt charge. Thieves really committing on that.
I should probably make that a command.
Dongmin playing around this natural cover with Crimzo here, does have eye available, and you can use it to take vertical and use it very quickly on that vertical leave to find value on second floors, as we see now. Banhammer, I'm not sure was meant for that front line. Might have meant to go towards the back. That's huge for Sentinels here as Karova finds TTK now. Vinny being driven backwards is going to be purpled and will pay for it from Karova once more. Sentinels have this in their grasp. Can they close this out? The touch comes in, but not for long. Sentinels, map 1.
Excellent map 1 indeed by Sentinels, and a bit of a tough one to see for 100 Thieves. We'll see if they can come back on a map that favors them, but domination, I think, is where these two teams was at. It was favored towards 100 Thieves, but regardless, this still feels, again, like back to the original Vanguard issue this team is kind of having, is that there's overlapping heroes played for their Vanguards, and it feels like a lot of these different teams have this problem. Sentinels sometimes do as well with Dongmin and Crimzo. But realistically, like our Venom player probably should be TTK because we want him to have him on the Vanguard pool sometimes. If Vinny's going to switch to Vanguard pool, like we have to have TTK on the Venom, surely. No,
J3's not here anymore. It's Cat 3.
Yeah, significantly more. I think You put TTK on that Vanpool, who's always been very
Don't worry,
strong
guys.
on that
I'm
hero.
Black
You
Cat.
put
I will
Vinny on
steal
that
your
brutal
channel
cap,
points
and you
back.
just disrupts backline a little bit. You try to get them looking elsewhere, and then you have another answer with the Freedom Charge. I think maybe that is your solution, but
I am a
Self and Vinny
professional
unable to find
thief.
a single final throughout that entire series. And you can see here
Bro.
the opposition on the side of Sen. They look clean across the board. Shout out to this start right now of a storied matchup, folks. We will take you to map 2 right after this break.
Self had 0 final hits. Sorry, not TTK. Vinny had 0 final hits. Bro. What the fuck, man? Why don't my predictions go right? I guarantee you, teams are gonna come to my channel and then they're gonna be like, oh, what team does J3 want to win? Oh, he voted our team? Okay, guys, don't even try. We lost. GG's. Bro, what in the world is going on?
Protect your bald king.
No, you know what they need to do. You know what they need to do, bro. Bro, listen. 100 Thieves did their homework. They banned Elsa first. And I am so proud of them. They were doing so much better than any of the other games they played. But why are they putting Self on a tank and running 3 tanks? Get off! 2-2-2! You guys are Aw, Boba, you're such a good boy. What's that, Boba? What's that? Boba just said, J3, Dad, stop stressing. 100 Thieves is going to end up winning. So I got to trust Boba. (222 equals NA bingo. That's funny.
Welcome back, everyone. Sen up in the series 1-0 against 100 Thief, and it was just thieves, plural. And it was there's many of them, and it was honestly quite a great performance for them. I didn't expect them to look quite this dominant. They run that triple strat that we expected to see from them, something they've heavily tried to implement in the last few matches. But I think what stood out like straight out of the gate for me, Ship, was seeing Crimson on the Rogue, having him adding to his hero pool, which honestly, like literally the first week of group stage, I think he just like hard stuck to Angela and it didn't work at all. So everyone was like, oh, and then he like went back to the cap and that looked great. So like, it is so great to see him getting value out of the Rogue.
Yeah, I think it's one of those picks that if you have in your bag as a team, that is a problem. That's a huge problem to have. As we can see, Museum of Contemplation going to be the next one up. But yeah, there's a lot of value to Rogue right now. Rogue really does move up a full tier when you have that Gambit team up, because all of your moves now become piercing spread abilities on connection. So you hit with any of that backline, they are spreading even more damage. So if they're stacking, it's even more threatening. But outside of that, the Heartbreaker is just huge against strategists. And when you're running triple strat into a 2, if you can steal alt charge from a strategist and make them have less answers at all times, it is big value.
Do you expect a ban coming out here? Since a lot of teams feel like Rogue deserves a ban. Is that a priority you are making as 100 Thieves now moving into the second map, Dogman?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think I made the same mistake that I guess Remix did in that previous map, due to the fact that he went for the Deadpool Vanguard ban instead of the Rogue.
Well, let's see what happens in store for us on the second map. Can 100 Thieves bring it back? We're about to find out.
All right, as we go in again, my friend, that one in Sentinel's favor looked really strong there. Not sure I love the triple Vanguard comp from Thieves. Think they need to change it up?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the Triple Vanguard is good, and I think we heard a lot about it coming into each week, but, you know, it depends on the heroes you get for sure. Like, and I feel like it's also maybe the right players and the right heroes, you know, like that's kind of a part of it. But we'll see if that changes up. This time, though, 100 Thieves go for that ban of the Gambit instead of the Elsa, meaning we're probably going to see the Usher Elsa come through, and then no Gambit because they don't want to play the Gambit mirror anymore.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to see the save here of Loki for the side of 100 Thieves. And I think that's not a bad decision. I mean, it's early, but, you know, if you think it's going to help the composition out, that's something to keep in mind. But I don't know that I love it because Elsa was there for you. Or no, excuse me, Gambit was there for you.
Yeah. I mean, I think I just don't like playing Gambit comps right now, which is, I guess, fine. So maybe that means they're going to pivot towards like the Cloak and Dagger Loki stuff potentially, or, you know, Mantis Groot still on the table. They do like playing the Groot comp. So, yeah. I mean, I kind of don't mind it. It's leaning into your strengths a little bit, like we saw it of Yeah, We Lost. Since Sentinels as well don't have that Wolverine player that we talked about, wouldn't be a bad shout, even though you are still letting, you know, one of the strongest characters in the game in Elsa. Just it's almost like, I guess, why would you not ban that first? You're more scared of the Gambit mirror maybe instead of the Elsa.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's even more playing into the fact that you want to run the Groot composition, right? Like, maybe that's the read here for Sentinels, that they want to shut that down if they do have a free ban available, because they don't want to have to deal with the cleanse. I mean, I don't know, because I'm with you. I don't know that I love it so far, but I'm not sure it's the ideal comp. But again, I do think that this is a solid map for those more traditional front to back comps, especially Groot. There's a lot of tight access points that you can play around with setup. So we'll see if they elect to make that happen for 100 Thieves. But Sentinels, in my opinion, so far are winning this ban phase.
I mean, I think it's only, Sentinels obviously want to play the group mirror, or the group mirror 2. They've shown that they like doing it with Crimzo.
True.
And then the Invisible Woman ban, I don't know if it's, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't think it's necessary if we already ban out the Mantis. Like, we go for then the Doctor Strange doesn't become as crazy if you have Invisible Woman, Doctor Strange team up. And I know it's good still, but I don't know. I feel like it's really benefiting from Mantis damage boosts and is not as strong, especially on this like front to back map. But I could be wrong about that.
That's a good ban there, and theoretically, I think they would lock it as well. We'll see if that comes through, but I'm with you. You know, I think they're just hard targeting the triple backline. They don't want to deal with it. So that's the thought of this composition. Having Loki there is more so an answer if you want to run less, less healing focused compositions. And yeah, they're going to save the Mantis themselves. Okay, we'll see what 100 Thieves are cooking and how it works out for them here, as they will be on attack.
I think Self is going to go on the Daredevil though.
Is going to be, drumroll, that Invis right back.
All right. I mean, I think Sentinels also showed that they were not really scared of the Mantis stuff, considering, the fact they banned Wolverine instead of Mantis on their side. So I don't even know if 100 Thieves needed to protect it, but I guess it is making Sentinels have to react with the Invisible Woman, maybe showing they wanted to ban Mantis last. But it is interesting. I think this ban phase is unique for 100
What
Thieves.
does Pick do? I'm new to watching esports and I'm confused. Does it make him not be able to be banned or something else? Yes. So you ban for the other team.
Like, a lot of these teams are
so if a team bans Mantis, the other team cannot play Mantis. You can still play Mantis unless they ban it. And then you could save a character. Usually you could save a character that you want to play, but you cannot save a character that is
But regardless, they get to
banned.
play the Mantis stuff with Self on Ultron, and I think he's going to have to step it up yet again. Kind of a lot of pressure on to both the Mantis player and the Ultron player on this map as we enter the Museum of Contemplation, where we know dive can also be quite strong if certain bans happen.
And we get to see TTK on the Emma. I know a lot of folks are going to be stoked about that. Emma mains in the chat rise up. I think he got MVP last time we saw him here on the Emma. Looked really, really strong. But we're going to see if that will still happen into a comp of a more front to back with, especially with that Elsa pressure, right? Like, there's just so much damage available here for Sentinels with Usher on that Elsa and Ryan Mazing up in the sky. But they haven't found as much success here, Sentinels, with this triple comp. But I think, I like the change of at least having the cloak so you can immediately double ult in to engage hard. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this shakes out as we start out right now. Usher going to start applying pressure and get that ult charge 6%, climbing quickly. Vinny on that Groot like we expected, and just like you called out, matched right back by Crimzo.
Yeah, I mean, they want it. They don't want to deal with Self on Wolverine, because Self can play pretty good Wolverine.
Well,
so,
let's see what
kinda
happens
makes
this
sense. And for them,
game.
they haven't shown a ton of Wolverine, so 100 Thieves obviously not scared in that department. Honestly, not a terrible ban phase, like I said, for 100 Thieves, when they have that Cloak and Dagger too, instead of the Invisible Woman, which was banned out earlier on. But this is kind of a more synergistical approach to it, in my opinion anyways.
Yeah, and I really like Flame on that. Loki as Yusher trades that right back onto Winnie. Delena is able to find one there, but again, numbers evened out. Out go Crystals. Delena doing a good job pulling out a bunch of cooldowns while still getting value. Notice that heal wall in the sky. And Groot that ult incredibly quickly. And you can see now, Vinny and Crimzo both way up there in ult charge. And the back line much lower. Yusher at 90% already is going to lead the charge so far.
Yeah, Delena's always one of these guys that really does well with a hard pocket. Just plays aggressive, far forward with the damage boost, finds that pick. Ultimate, though, still Yusher has Glartrox. Here it comes on the right side. He found everybody. That's 3 into the Glartrox. Goodbye. And here comes the Elsa comments immediately, I bet.
No doubt that that's probably flowing in the chat right now as Rye Amazing's able to clean up Winnie. And yeah, Yusher farmed that ult so quick already, 15% back. Just off the back of a massive Glartrox. Full right now, that Glartrox.
Yeah, 100 Thieves a bit of an impasse now with TTK on the Emma Frost, and I'm sure they're gonna want to keep playing front to back style a little bit, but that's still giving time again for Yusher as long as they don't get KOs.
Appreciate the massive
More
7
time.
bucks, my friend. How you
Here
doing?
comes the Ultron's Rage Flame. It gets tap before he can even teleport.
Why can I not
was
join the
disgusting
Discord? The Discord should be open for everyone.
A lot of cooldowns being burned there by Delena with a
Too
Phoenix
good.
lands.
Appreciate the massive prime stuff, my friend. How you doing? How you doing?
The map. Goodbye to all
The
walls.
wife's busted out
As Vinny
laughing
will
from
set
that
up here in a
face,
moment,
bro.
just kind of prepping here. Strangling Prison
It's like
available as
telling
well.
your kids not to do
TTK
something,
playing
and
on
they
that
did
left
it, and
side, ready
like,
to
hey,
use.
don't do this. You're gonna hurt
There's a big
yourself.
ult
They
there.
did
Just
it, and
a
they hurt
stall. Can
themselves,
get the
and now
point?
you're
They
like,
will. Great heads up play by Vinny on that group.
Yeah, huge plays. 100 Thieves took advantage of Sentinels kind of sleeping at the wheel. Flame with the very late teleport. I mean, there's a lot of pressure.
Vinny does have a
on him.
good group,
Delena's
though,
like one of
Chad.
those
Vinny
guys
does
that you
have a
kind
good
of
group.
least expect to be where he is at all times. Like, he's always more aggressive.
You have
than you
kids?
assume
Yeah, I have.
on
How
a
many
flank
viewers
or
do I have?
whatever. So
How many kids
it's
I
hard to
have?
react to. And I think he's very unique in that approach. For 100 Thieves, though, on their offensive side, they do have copy available. They can go aggressive again, and we'll see if they can maybe save this as well with the Sonic Seduction. Dongmin on that Meteor M potentially up soon.
Yeah,
but doesn't
chat.
have it to
Sorry
maybe
you
match
guys have to
anything for
figure
100
out like
Thieves'
this,
side.
but I'm finally back with
Ults
milk.
available, launching immediately. Going to be walled out, but he is going to be able
Ooh.
to slide to the side of it. Flame heading backwards now, pulls out a nice guiding point, trying to deal enough damage, and off the back of a big strangling prison now, as Crimzo is able to find
That was
one.
a great
Yusher,
ult by Crimzo.
another onto
God damn.
Vinny. It's going to set the tone a bit, send him back into the spawn door. Plenty of time on the clock here, though, for 100 Thieves, but this is where Sentinels needs to make their stand and get some serious time.
Yeah, again, they're going to have to rely heavily on Delena, but Yusher, Glartrox's last fight was huge. It probably could be huge again. I know you have Diamond Form, at least for TTK to...
Well, what do you mean you don't know how that cloak lived? The other team has no answer for cloak. Cloak is just going to have free ults.
Engage for Sentinels.
Yeah, another big Glartrox
what's up,
opportunity
Ghost?
available
Enjoy
here.
your dinner,
Winning
my
with
friend.
Copy. Delena in the sky with Phoenix can be a problem too. Keep your eyes out for those ultimates. Dongmin making the switch to the Magneto, and that's for one reason, and that's to try to get rid of C&D. Bang! Oh my goodness, as Vinny goes down from Dongmin. Maybe you don't need to get rid of C&D if you can find value in the neutral, almost getting a two-piece there. Kurova gonna walk them in once more. And trying to deal some damage, as said, just going to gain a little bit of ult charge for everyone as Dongmin's able to take out.
I don't
Delena.
understand what 100
Take
Thieves
this
is doing
space.
right now.
I mean, they comboed. They followed through Yusher, winning with the ult. They followed up, and sometimes you would see like Psionic Seduction with
Hey,
the,
what's up,
with the
CH?
Phoenix ult combination.
I always
help
watched you
make sure
on
they don't break it
YouTube,
coming
so I'm
down,
new to
but
Twitch. What's up?
because TTK got
Yo.
Glartrox, it was all ended. Here comes the Sonic now. Can they set up Vinny's ult? He takes so much damage. Ultron on the high ground. Surely they're just engaging now to avoid this Groot ult, and it's just not synergistical right now to 100 Thieves' side.
And we can see now another strangling prison, but crystals get pulled out. Well done there by Flame in the back
No
line,
kills on a
as it will
Groodle.
be answered right back shortly by Crimzo. Keep your eyes on. The disappearing wall play finds the back line, but crystals get committed now as another answer. Can they find any value? They cannot. Sometimes you'll pull up that wall to call it away, to just surprise them with an ult as Flame now engages once more. Great blind. Trying to get a pick there, and does with Yusher.
Okay. I wonder, you know what? I'm curious if TTK is going to go to Angela now. This is where I think he would, at most times, switch to the Angela to try to pull people to the cloak ult. Because the problem is now, Flame was living in these cloak ults. Now their strategists are kind of getting online, and they need to find some way to pull them out of these cloak ults if they're not going to get combos off, right? And Delena's going over to Star-Lord now.
Bro,
Maybe they play
100
aggressive with this
Thieves
sort of
team
engagement because
comp.
They don't have Magneto to support the Star-Lord, and the comp
And I
becomes a
say
little bit
this with the
disjointed compared to
utmost
Sentinels, who,
respect.
again, already have the Glartrox.
Is butt cheeks,
See Yusher
bro. Like,
with
what
another
is
ult
this?
available here. And there goes the Galactic Legend from Delena after the switch is looking for some value. Crystals get pulled out, which is always a smart play in cooldown there by Flame in the backline. Done that multiple times now, not needing to commit anything. Great communication by Sentinels. Sentinels to not overplay there with Dongmin in that Meteor M, which is also a decent answer. You sure? With
What happened? Why you say
huge
thank you?
Glortrox once more is able to find at least one. Yes, make it 2 now onto Winnie and Self. You sure cannot be stopped right now, and this is why you cannot allow this pick to go through.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, it's
What
just,
did Ship
brutal,
just say?
man. Like, TTK has
This is
Psylocke
why
ult,
you're
they have
not
also that
supposed to
brutal
let this pick
combination.
go through.
Again, they use immediately popping the Psylocke or the Phoenix, or sorry, Star-Lord alongside the Soul Resurgence from Self, and it just does not get value due to this engage of Sentinel. So Sentinel's playing a lot better now with the movement and the positioning they're given. Probably going to try to stall out this fight a little bit longer, though. Maybe Rye's going to pop his ult, help disengage Vinny, or Crimzo just gets a big string the prison.
You can see Rye Amazing with the Rage of Ultron in the sky. Still holding firm at the moment. Going to heal up Kurova. In dire need in that moment. Committed an ult for an ult. Fine trade there as Ultron, gains all relatively quickly here.
This is what 100 Thieves should have done in the beginning of the game. Now Self has a combo with Vinny, and they could do Moon Knight group combo and actually kill through anything and actually win team fights. And Delena can just do his Phoenix and kill everything on teams.
With another answer. Flame going to do the same right back. And there will be another stall, but Delena at least finds one onto Kurova in the chaos.
I mean, I like the Moon Knight mix-up, at least if they're playing hard front to back. Also, they have advantage in strategy ult department, just walk into these cloaks. So, okay, Yusher just finds Delena in the middle of his team. What a pick-off.
And uses those cooldowns to stay up on a height as
Yo,
Millennia
Deeber,
now
reach
finds
around 100 bits,
Crimzo.
my friend.
We'll put 100 Thieves now up in a number, walking forward as they see Dongmin there with the portal.
Weasel.
See, in a moment now. Will this land? And it does once more. Come on now. Goes over the cart, into a wall. Goodbye as Yusher finds 2. Crimzo and Rye Amazing will clean up the rest, and overtime ticks down. That will do it on the attack. Well done, Sentinels, on the defense.
Yeah, excellent hold. Sentinels get the job done on second phase, and for 100 Thieves, that's a brutal one to watch. I mean, that was a long hold for Sentinels. They still have a chance on defense. I don't know, am I overreacting? I feel like, what the hell does Emma Frost do in this comp, dude? Like, what the hell does this character do?
Yeah, she's kind of taking a step back in the meta right now. I do think Woods shined with a little bit of love. I think they've seen that, change coming as of in the current client, actually, with a reduction in ultimate to help a little bit, but it's difficult. There's really not a lot you can do. Yeah, there's really not a lot you can attack here.
Yeah, you help set up some of your ults, I guess, but they just could not connect on the opposite sides on really any angle. And then Emma's known as kind of traditionally like a counter dive type character too, right? Like the fact that
counter brawl, a little bit of counter dive, because obviously just one cooldown that really helps, and it doesn't really work great against Venom because Venom has answers and then can escape and pull out an even longer cooldown from you. So, but yeah, with the brawl stuff is great. You can get some charge there off of the Groot walls. And like you're calling, buddy, I think it's a good switch. TTK going over to that Angela. And Dongmin was showing the Emma, but immediately switched to the Mag. I wonder if that was either a communication they were discussing or just more so a call out of maybe not thinking it's the best pick in this. And, as somebody who plays a lot of Emma, it hurts deep down, but I get it.
For sure. But it's a bit sad, too, because I feel like we'd see teams, especially, I know we don't have the Gambit and stuff, but we'd see, we lost, for example, we'll go Self over to the Daredevil probably right now. And I imagine you put Delena over to the Psylocke and you go 2-2-2 dive, right? I know that they have Cloak and they have Loki and Ultron. But they don't have the Mantis, at least, so they don't have a lot of damage output. It could be good. We've seen dive succeed excessively on this map.
Yeah, and if you're going to go dive, you kind of have to do that, stally dive with Cap, where you just have him play on point while you're diving, because it's very difficult to find a lot of success with dive.
My money, Jay?
A bunker-type situation
just
on point.
Believe, bro.
Yeah, you absolutely can do that with the stall. They have that in the bag, too. I think Vinny plays a pretty mean Cap. But either way, electing to not do it right now. Sentinels on the attack.
It might look bad. But every time it rains,
do it again?
It shines.
Sentinels could be up 2-0.
Where there's darkness, there is light.
A point and, a little bit more, about, 3/5, or 4/5, I guess, as we see now. Millennia staying on that height, does have the BRB available too.
Yeah, they did the thing that I was kind of thinking that TDK's done in the past, where he just goes over to the Angela. And this time they lose a lot of space, though. He's going to get a pool maybe onto somebody. He needs to find so many high-value pools and not get KO'd. Sentinel's still walking up, though. They're close to that copy already. Delena goes for the Soul Bond early. They want to sustain this fight a little bit longer as Millennia is coming up on that Rocket Raccoon. See ya in a moment.
Huge play there by TTK, though, and it is going to be combined, but right into Crystals, and you better get value now, as Yusher turns it, though, and is able to find Winnie right there, but the res comes through onto Winnie in that moment. Nobody goes down with all that commitment. Flame going to start up now with the Bond, moving them forward. The Sia is out, but it goes goodbye real quick, as Yusher's holding on to that Glortrox, and we've seen it before. Can it happen again? And we see some follow-up there. Goodbye once more to Vinny on that Strange in the Glartrox. What do you know? It's absolutely massive again in the cleanup of Winnie and TTK. But Delena gonna bring everyone back.
Big res by Delena, though.
Oh, but Dongman has the ult in a second, dude. No ult in the opposite side. Vinny's going to have to block it. You know, the synergy is not there, too. Maybe if they Rocket Raccooned into that group, maybe they would have had the damage output. But Dongman ready and waiting. Here comes Crimzo brought in, but is the damage output there to kill them or KO them? No.
TTK can also block in the sky too. Not a bad answer, you know, and TTK is definitely going to be all over that. So definitely something you can do to stop the Meteor Ram. I'm impressed with the 100 Thieves defense so far, but Flame able to find one there. Res right back again with this Loki getting value. Self falls as well to Dongman. Korova onto Vinny, and speak about a curse. They all go down. Portal play might need to be
Speak about a
committed
curse?
here. From Self, who's switching now and will start. Can a touch come in to buy them enough time? It looks like it will from TTK, who pays for it immediately, and I'm not sure they can get there. They can't.
No. Dude, Angel is just so goddamn terrible. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just not good. Like, brother, if we're getting a grab, if you're getting a kidnap on Wolverine, you have the percentage damage to KO a tank. If you're on Angela, that's not going to do anything. Like,
Bro, Dogman says it how it is.
Banned. But then at that point, you might as well go Daredevil Dive or something. Just
Dogman says it how it is, bro.
It's just not good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good with like Ultron stuff. Like we've seen that Ultron. You know, everybody plays flyers in the sky with the like Human Torch. But right now, look how many Ultrons have little side ship. They just have such a huge edge now in second phase.
Yeah, something woke up with Sentinels yesterday. They are looking consistent, and I actually do like the comps they're coming out the door with. We can't say the same for Thieves right now, and you know it's just a question of what they've been running, I guess, in the past. And that Meteor Ram does not land, or excuse me, the Strangling Prison doesn't land, but the Meteor Ram does. As Dongman gets two there, and Millennia going to try to drive this backwards, but up numbers now, forced out ultimates. It's again in Sentinel's favor here, as we see another answer Strangling Prison.
Dude,
Ironwood Wall.
Nah, Sentinels is looking too strong, bro.
Pushing this through. Yusher keeping the damage out. Meteor M up in the sky, hiding behind the walls. A great answer just naturally in that neutral. And there's Millennia with a nice ultimate there to bide even more time as Vinny's able to come back. And that is a huge retake there from Thieves.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, their solution is well now.
Damn! Okay, Delena.
Yeah. That's gross, yeah. And, I mean, like, at least with the damage boost, maybe the Bucky can get some more value in that regard. I think they can still fight together as long as you like pull people out of these cloak ults and stuff. They just need something to kind of deal with it. And then this is their answer, as well as the Meteor M coming through from TTK, who switched to Magneto. I think that's also a better swap.
Yeah, my thought is if you're kind of forcing them onto this cloak comp, why don't you put TTK on that Magneto, right? Because, like, yes, granted, there can be bubble. Your team can burn bubble. You can't have a conversation where bubble's down in the moment. They are running double there with the Loki, right? So you have two opportunities to shut it down, and TTK is so good on that hero. It's not a bad decision, but we'll see now as things continue to progress forward. And again, they're just not running Vanpool either. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but this new comp is definitely better than what we've seen so far.
Absolutely. I mean, fight starts off here. Self does have that soul resurgence. Maybe play it slow. Krova goes in with the ult. Can he get pulled out by Delena? On the opposite side, nope. He gets the fade off. Does get pulled, but walks back in, so he's still alive. Brutal, by the way, disengaged. So excellent disengage, but no. Okay, Glartrox takes him out. Cloak ult on the right side, but nice job. The Cloak ult saves everybody in that Glartrox. Excellent
nice
work. But can Vinny, after all of this, hit the Groot ult? Or is Dongman gonna eat it?
Yeah, it's going to be very important. I think Dongman's been holding that. Saw an opportunity there to make a play, but didn't. As Dongman
if
now
he eats
holding on to this
Groot,
Meteor M could be game-winning, folks. If you're a Sentinels fan, you want to see something now. Thieves, this compositional change has absolutely worked for them. Amazing in the sky, bubble out. Rage of Ultron, does that get value? Up goes the Meteor M, tries to counter. TTK on a Yusher is massive here for Thieves, who have a minute left on the clock. An answer back from Korova onto Vinny off the back of the Meteor M could be even more valuable now, as they're so close to this point. Delena gonna reset for days. The Kraken impact one. Do we see it again? And that's a good block there, even though it does land a little bit. It's not going to be another again in that moment. And both teams are going to stall out for the current set of pace. Vinny now is going to start up with the portal to get back the point. And
they blew their portal. 100 Thieves. Okay.
I mean, Playman has copy. There we go. Goes for it this time. I thought maybe Delena would get the hook there, but now we don't have any Straddles at all. Vinny falls. Does anybody else go down too? I mean, they have no Straddles on the opposite angle. TTK as well. And with 30 seconds left, yeah, that's everything. It's done. Sentinels win this map and are now on map point over 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I think they found their solution too late, in Sentinels just kind of making the right switches at the right time and looked very, very solid, not only on defense there in point two, on their defense, but on attack as well. But, you know, I do think Thieves, like, once they made those switches, and they went
I
to a
want
more
to see one
traditional comp, what they're
specific
comfortable
character
with.
stats real quick,
It
chat.
looked good. I just
Yo,
don't know.
Fates,
maybe
Fates
why we're
Grit,
not running
Reason Rising,
the
get this
van
up, my
pool.
friend.
I think it's on the table for your team there, and I don't know. I think it could have looked solid.
Just want to see something
Maybe,
real quick.
yeah. I think there's definitely some interesting features there. Actually, no way. So I think they got it through, and then the Wolverine got banned on the opposite side. So regardless, you're right. Yeah, they could have. But regardless, it's kind of interesting because the only real maybe weaknesses of Sentinels, for example, was like Flame being a little too late with these ults sometimes, getting picked off. Stopped happening towards the end, dude. And then after that, 100 Thieves collapsed.
Yeah, I mean, even through that, Flame coming out on top with 41K, which is evening Winnie there, both on, evening out, excuse me, with Winnie. But we will see what happens again. It is game, set, point, match here for Sentinels, who could 3-0 100 Thieves, folks. Keep it locked right here. We'll be back right after this break.
I'm sad, Jay. I don't know what's going on, bro. I just don't know why they won't run 2-2-2. Bro. Bro. 2-2-2 bingo card spawn. Yep, chat, if you guys want to play bingo, type !mark bingo. Bro. It doesn't make any sense. This it just doesn't make any sense, bro. Well, they banned Elsa the first game, but my problem with them banning Elsa for the first game, why are they running triple fucking tank, bro? I feel like 100 Thieves doesn't know what they're doing as a team, bro. It never looks like they know what they're doing as a team. One game, sorry, yesterday they don't ban Elsa, they lose. Today they ban Elsa, they go triple tank. Like every day, it seems like they spin a wheel. And whatever the wheel hits, they're like, oh shit, that's what we're doing today, woo! And they're like, what? What are you guys doing? Why? Self never went on Daredevil. Self is a great Daredevil. Self, I'm pretty sure, plays what do you call it? Wolverine as well. Wolverine's great right now. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense, chat. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think they banned one game. They banned Wolf, I think, which is last game. But like Daredevil is still open. Just run double DPS.
And welcome back, Sentinels up in a series 2.
Dude, it makes no sense, bro.
In order to stay alive in this lower bracket. And
is this
guys,
loser? Yes, whoever loses this
honestly,
is out.
I'm like, annoyed is not the right word. Disappointed. I feel like 100 Thieves are overthinking this. I think they're
yes.
too cute with it.
They're not even thinking. They're not overthinking. You can't overthink if you have no thing.
There was no reason not to go there. I don't see like the value they had there. Mantis, like why is Self not just playing DD? Like what are we doing?
Yeah, I think that's a good call out. I think, seeing Self's DD over the past few weeks has been a testament to super
chat. I'm gonna go
DD
get water
play,
before this next game starts, man.
If you use
that's another bingo spot right there,
which is also going to apply a lot of pressure to that back line and help distract while DD does his thing. That's a great synergistic combo, especially on attack. Don't elect to run it. Again, we're not there behind the scenes. We're not there in the scrim, so I don't know what I'm missing from that, but I do think it was definitely an option they could have used, and just not able to find that success. Dog, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because they had the Wolverine ban against them at the beginning, and, I feel like at that point into that group matchup specifically, especially if the other team's not going to play the Wolverine, like you would assume that, okay, we want to play the group stuff, we'll try to make it work. But their pullouts, everything they're trying to like disrupt the Cloakles was just not there. And yeah, at that point, I kind of want them to mix it up, maybe apply more pressure. I mean, these Loki Cloak comps do seem really tough to play against. It might actually be like the full-on meta at the end of the day, but I mean, regardless, I just feel like their options at removing people out of the Cloakles was just not viable.
Yeah, I do love how much we saw of Cloak and Dagger in the playoffs. Just made this new resurgence. Also, what's up with the Buckies? Like, what's happening? Is that Energy's fault? Is that just like the blueprint he set yesterday? And everyone is like, hold on a second, could we? Should we?
I think there's yeah. Go ahead and speak to it, Doug. I'm curious what you think about it.
Well, no, I mean, it's like the Bucky definitely provides like solid damage and stuff, but it's again, it's kind of coming down to like they need something to remove them out of the cloak hold, and you know that's really it, because like it's just such a huge giant fruit roll up on the map when a turtle bomb comes out, and like the only way to get rid of people in that is either with anti if you're like Venom with Feast of the Abyss or something, or you play the Bucky, I guess, with the Angela, but those are just not as good as like Wolverine, for example, because the Wolverine not only has a grab that pulls you super far away, but also actually has the damage potential to follow up on it compared to like Angela. So Angela kind of lacks that damage that the Bucky provides, but Bucky's bionic hook just does not pull you as far to the ultimate against these pro teams.
Yeah, I think we're seeing more of that Bucky stuff too, just because like, or at least we saw it there from the Team Liquid Citadel because of that. We talked about that Rush like brawl comp that they run over there from We Lost, and into that, it's a pretty decent answer because it's all about just CCing and dealing large chunks of damage to the big like Vanguard front lines like Hulk. So it's more successful there. Yeah, I like the. You're right. I think that was the idea, was to pull him off cloak, right, Dog? And that is a good call out. And Delena played pretty well on it. I think it started working actually better once he made that switch, but it just wasn't enough, or maybe it was just too little, too late.
Yeah, now of course 100 Thieves once again, map pick for them. Where should they take us here, Dogman?
Well, I mean, they have a few options. I think in their back pocket. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised to see something like Midtown, maybe even versus Sentinels. I know they picked that map up before in the past, but I mean, I still think they struggle at points on it. I mean, I think you could play well on it. There's a few different options, or I guess no, they can't go to Midtown. Just kidding. It's a convergence map. Maybe Spider Islands then, I guess, or not Spider Islands. Holy crap.
Central Park, yeah.
Yeah, Central Park for sure, or Shin Shibuya. But yeah, maybe you're right about Central Park. I think you're more on the money than me there, Shib.
I mean, that's still a guess, because right now, I'm not sure what they want to do. They're doing things that I didn't expect from them in terms of composition. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their thought process is. I think you nailed it, Zoe. They're thinking a little too much. They're trying to be too crazy with it when they could just run a traditional strong comp right now and look great.
Let's talk about what's going right for Sentinels. They do get to play into their comfort. They do get to play kind of what they want to play, right? Like they do get that triple strat through.
Sorry, chat.
And they
I want to
just
go
seem
get water.
to be at ease. The other teams managed to like force them into a 2-2-2 situation, which quite frankly, Sentinels.
What did the caster say while I was gone? Did they say anything?
Right for Sentinels?
I mean, I think there's a lot of things going right. I mean, they've shown the flexibility to play those rogue compositions that they kind of were weak on before. They've been constantly improving. And then it's kind of been the opposite for 100 Thieves. I think that everybody thought, they were like, okay, this team maybe is back. Maybe they're going to start playing good again. No, okay, apparently not. And for Sentinels, the flexibility gaps have been.
They said, why is
Jay3
bald? They said, never listen to a word Jay3 says. Yes,
I would prefer.
You guys think you're funny.
If there was like less mistakes in that department. But they're still playing a lot better across the board, and I think there's something to be said about Korova as well coming in over Mir. I think that was definitely something a lot of people talked about for a very good reason.
Still 100%, actually. That's crazy. That's a good call out, buddy. Still 100%. That is disgusting.
I do love that. Love that for Korova. Love that for the team as well. What a great turnaround.
Put Korova on the team, and he's undefeated, by the way, so far, chat.
This is not over yet.
Korova is still undefeated.
Lots can still happen. That said, though, there's match point for Sentinels. Can they make it a 3-0 statement?
Hey, W
here
Marble,
against
thank you.
Thieves in the
Emily
lower
did everything,
bracket?
though. I didn't do anything.
All right.
Emily
and we
is
will
the
be
carry.
in a moment here. Symbiotic Surface is going to be just a fun one. I mean, this is last time we saw, Sentinels look really good here too. So it's a little tricky. I'm not sure exactly what the thought is, but it's going to be a doozy to watch. We can see now the float of Strat Pool, but I don't know if that means that they want to run that Van Pool. Maybe start off Strat to build up some charge or some experience, and then make that switch. But we're going to see the removal, which I had no doubt. Goodbye to that Elsa.
I think every team is starting to pick that up a little bit more. If they, by the way, both Elsa's banned this time, not protecting the Loki is the side of 100 Thieves. going to take advantage of the Gambito in this fight. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see because, like you mentioned, I think teams are picking up this strat pull at the very beginning first fight with TPs. Definitely going to see that a lot more just because it builds ult so fast. But obviously, you know, Vanpool also could build ult. They could fall back and build it as well. But that's definitely been kind of something both teams are doing. 100 Thieves,
I just got one sentence to say before this game starts.
Versus Sentinels, who are looking better and better, especially against this sort of mirror composition.
There has been reverse sweeps.
Not trying to mix it up and are sticking to their original game plan. Ship.
Yeah, 100%. And just to call it, I think attack is good. Oh, and you can see the Mantis removal and the DD there. The side of Sentinels making sure that now Self can't run that pick, and they are going to lock in that rogue.
There has been reverse sweeps.
Dude, they really have expanded their horizons of their composition literally since a few days ago, right? Like, and that is crucial. Being able to adapt like that is a sign of a team that's going to excel here in Ignite. So I'm looking forward to seeing this comp being run again.
Yeah. I mean, I am as well, and I think I agree that sure, like the Daredevil is tough to play against the Loki, and that's why maybe like now that the Lokis are banned, you could play it. But that's a smart ban, I think, by them, right, to get ahead of the curve. But, you know, this is another one of those things, like maybe they're getting too cute with it for Sentinel side, whereas maybe you're predicting something that 100 Thieves weren't even planning to do, because now the Mantis is not one-sided. It will be in the side of 100 Thieves once more.
Yeah, so we will likely see that triple backline being run, but with the Mantis does enable things, definitely, although we've seen it before, not necessarily work out for them. It's a new map,
I don't know what that means.
A new mode here. And those who are rooting for 100 Thieves, you better lock in right now. It's
no, bans are not universal for the tournament.
Preseason.
No.
But
MRC,
folks, remember,
yes.
the seasons
MRI,
are ever
no.
changing. The metas are ever changing. So if this may not be a team's meta now, you don't know what's going to happen once things move forward into our new patches, especially once Black Cat gets involved. I'm looking forward to that. And again, for those who don't know, that patch, just to kind of hit the nail on the head, is not currently available for these pros. So they're playing off of the last patch.
All right. I mean, we'll see the TP play come out first, probably, but, you know, a lot is left open now for 100 Thieves after that rogue ban comes through. You know, they get the Mantis, first of all, but they can play Doctor Strange.
I don't think 100 Thieves is winning.
Well, and that's always tough, but I guess 100 Thieves haven't shown that they could play that to a super high level. There's a lot of interesting decisions now for 100 Thieves. I think they kind of have a decent ban phase here straight up, but it's a matter of can they take advantage of it, especially in the tank line, too, and Sentinels. On the defense, they want to close out over 100 Thieves, obviously keep up their storied franchise's success in these playoffs. And for 100 Thieves, this would be an early exit if they're out, especially with how they looked in the past couple of days. People started to build up.
I'm not trying to curse Sentinels, chat.
But there's a lot on the line, I think, for 100 Thieves now to try to come back in this series, as they are down 2 maps already, and this could shut them out of the playoffs in our preseason.
Yeah, you and I both like seeing series go far, so we got to see if 100 Thieves can lock
look
in.
Look at 100 Thieves, bro. Take Self off that goddamn character. Put him on Wolverine, bro.
On defense, they
you can't play DD.
Maybe that will bleed into
play
this
Wolverine.
Map. The Sentinels are holding on the defense. You can see that rogue in play, and Crimzo's on that Vanpool, which I think is a smart play.
It is for sure to take advantage of the situation that you're given playing the 3 Vanguard line. I think Sentinels also love to play triple Vanguard. I know they haven't played it so far today, but definitely enjoying it. Portal's plays coming out on the outside from TTK. Towards the point, actually, just try to zone out this point, kind of control it, get that anchor on, and try to walk up and then block off the Stratus. But it's forcing out cooldowns at the very least. Crimzo's built up
it's like a wall. Pretty interesting.
You know what? I messed with that. That's pretty big brain there from TTK. Shout out to the portal wall, but didn't last too long, and they retake quickly. Right, amazing actually over here on the rogue. Didn't catch that in my at the moment, but Dongmin able to find one, and that's a big pick as the second comes through. Right, amazing out of TTK. Right, really can play it all as the triple comes in after the commitment of the portal. That portal will come back at the very end. It's a 3-minute cooldown. Using that in it, ending like just seconds before that 3-minute mark means they can have it for OT should they be able to touch.
Yeah, I know they've been doing it in scrims, but just haven't been able to play it because it keeps getting banned out in terms of the rogue and the specific matchup that they get. But all 3 of these Vanguards pump out insane damage. Self now going over to that Wolverine because it was unbanned in this round. But obviously, first fight going for Sentinel's way off of Crimzo's ultimate. We're already 2 minutes off the clock. Meanwhile, Stratus ult's built. We'll see for 100 Thieves side, though, if they can go aggressively with Dilemma and get a pick.
You can see Delena now on that offside angle does have the end song available. The bird is the word, as instead the boundary gets committed. Self on that Wolverine. We talked about the storied tale of Self on Wolf is really good. Right, amazing able to find one on a Winnie though to trade it back. Self close to ultimate as Kurova now starts up. And there it is, the bird up in the sky, biding more time, allowing them to push in, pushing eyes upwards. And now you
Self
land
is on the
once
Wolverine.
bang
Oh
comes
my
in.
God!
It does not seem to get too much value.
Oh
The
my
combo from
God!
Vinny, able to find Kurova though. And now 100 Thieves should be able to get this point moving, but the question is, will the touch come through? And is that portal going to be here? It is.
Portal here, Ryan gets stunned out wall there. Ryan also falls super low because of the Wolverine, who has ult ready to go on the backside. Flows something to the hell back,
Oh
nearly
my
added.
God, bro,
Playmate used her
dude,
full
bro,
fall
bro,
afterwards.
just
And all
put
of
me
us
as
start
100
going
Thieves
after
head
Crimzo
coach or
outside
something,
of that
or
cloaking
like
dagger,
analyst or
eternal
something.
bond. Went down. One after another, they're
I
falling
could
over
predict
100
this shit
Thieves. Looked like around the
miles
Wolverine
away before it even
invigorated Due to the
happens.
fact that we were talking about this in EU as well, in EMEA, Wolverine's been such a force and such
Yeah,
a
put me
dominant
as an
character, strong one to
analyst.
play against, and Sentinels don't really play it. See how they change it up on the defense second phase.
Yeah, I think Wolves in a great space right now. That change to alt, for those who maybe don't know, you can actually alt into vertical walls. So you don't always have these weird restrictions where you feel like you can't grab as many enemies as possible. You can essentially lift up a ton and then send them horizontally right into the wall in front of you to deal a ton of damage quickly and have them land while you
Chat,
continue
stop
to
making
damage.
fun of
But,
my accent,
yeah,
bro.
that has definitely helped. We
Analyst.
see here the high side is owned by 100 Thieves, and this
What's
is what they're
next,
looking
data
for,
or
right?
data?
They want to play
Come
up
on.
here, maintain that height, and that's another pick from Vinny, who's on that tried and true pick. Groot Goat, if you will. The tackle comes through from Amazing, as just steps out of that CC immunity location for a brief moment. Self. Oh, big eye here. It's massive from TTK as they're able to clean up one from it. Can they do more? They can. Well done,
Now,
TTK.
they
now
switched
on
the
the
DPS,
stretch.
which I've been saying for the past 3.5 maps now, 4 maps, maybe 8 maps by now. They switched off the support. They put their DPS player on DPS, and now it's a whole different ball game. A whole different ball game,
is
bro.
always going to be a force to be reckoned with, as well as 5 ultimates for 100 Thieves side. Sentinels need to find something here. And they're engaged.
Yeah, Delena able to take out Dongmin early on. Is a good start there for Thieves, who do get this point. Even through the commitment there. Wow, Millennia going to start them up with that Raging Royal Flush, and that's enough to get them moving forward. I believe Flame committed it there too. Did actually not able to get to the point.
100 Thieves is looking like a
real
real good team.
Make at this stage in the competition, if you want to keep your
Now
dreams
they're
of taking this preseason
balling,
home
chat. Now
alive,
they're
and
balling.
They cannot make that work. Look at Thieves right now. 3
Yeah.
outs up and available. Crimzo.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
this is
love
what I'm
the
talking
thinking
about.
into these
This is
group
the team.
compositions, but they
This
do have
is
enough
the
damage,
team that I have
potentially
to
burn
win
through, but they,
for
you
the
know, they're
big
gonna rely on
bucks.
Dongmin kind of being on that damage wall break composition as well, or at least idea.
Yeah, Ryan does slow down the Groot at the very least.
Wait,
but he's
his
able to
ult
fall
got
back,
canceled.
and
Wow.
As you mentioned, clobbering time gets blocked. TDK jumped in the sky with the shield, able to avoid it. Only Vinny gets hit. Here comes that Eternal Bond afterwards. We don't have any other strategist ults for 100 Thieves side, so at least they fall over now. But they're going to have to keep stringing fights together, like you said. The Thing being the only real counter to the Wolverine, and even then, this Groot has been just kind of hard walking. Nice job, though, to find these stagger picks towards the spawn.
Nice. Yeah, that's true. You got to call out the Wolf, right? You see Self getting a ton of value. You know Self has ult from alt tracking. That's a decent
They're
switch
not
for that
losing,
reason.
chat.
That does
They
make
have
sense
3
to me.
minutes on
the damage
second,
coming through.
bro.
They really don't have too much poke besides
They're doing
Delena,
really
so
well
this
right
can actually
now.
work. This is the first time in a bit that I've seen this almost panic thing. Instead, it's more so actually a pretty decent answer to what they're running at the moment. They might have to counter back by Amazing. The nice tackle there. The rogue Amazing's able to find Vinny early on as Millennia trades that back onto Dongmin, who tries to alt backline there. Doesn't make that work for long. There's a plenty of alts available for both sides. Self, Vinny, TTK, Delena shortly, Millennia, Amazing, Flame, Usher. Everybody can press the Q button shortly.
Yeah, they're playing it slow at the moment. Comes that Heartbreaker. Self throws out the ultimate connection.
Oh!
That's them all removed.
Wow.
So much damage coming down range.
Oh!
Even through Sentinels engage. All going to go down on the cart, but 2 minutes left to go for 100 Thieves. Actually, not too many ults had to be used either against Sentinels, who committed just their Deadpool ult.
And we can see the reset here now. Thieves do have ult advantage. This is their time to take this before Flame can ult, but he will get ult very quickly. Flame does a good job of playing safe in these moments, and yeah, it's already coming through. So we're going to see hard commitment here in a moment from both sides. It's going to be reactive, and typically when you're on defense, you want to answer that gambit. Yep, and there it is, the answer right back from Flame. You see up in the sky, waiting for a big Groot opportunity is Vinny. Crimzo with the first punch, though, onto Vinny after using that ultimate. Checks it to the face, and it doesn't matter. That's a 2-for-1
They're
trade.
even. Hey, they can win this. They can win this. They can win this.
Finds Amazing, though, to try to turn this back in their favor. Hits the sky and lands
he's
down.
dead.
Excuse me, Usher
Yeah,
now
he's
onto
dead.
Millennia there. Flame trying to find some value on the chase onto Delena, and Will. Nice work there, back and forth, both sides, putting it all on the line. And now ult advantage is going to go over to Sentinels.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but the 100 Thieves, they're actually winning.
This
a
is
few
really
fights. This is a
bad for
hard one
100
on
Thieves.
third
100
phase,
Thieves
especially
has
with
no
Yusha playing
ult.
that well.
Sentinels has
I'm a little
4, bro.
surprised, I think, for the
4.
side of 100 Thieves, or not side of 100 Thieves, side of Sentinels, that they didn't, opt for maybe even Luna and Gambit backline, only because you are playing kind of front-to-back style. Also, they can pull you out of your own Eternal Bond. Early ult from Dongmin try to slow down the attack of 100 Thieves. Maybe it resulted in a pick, though. Big ante onto basically everybody.
Yeah, and some more commitment comes in right now as Kurova walks them forward with the Eternal Bond. Crimzo with the clobbering time. Not sure it landed on much, but instead drives everyone backwards. Thieves doing an incredible job avoiding multiple ultimates there and just kiting. Notice just losing Winnie in that fight in terms of ultimate charge, trading it for 3. That is a huge trade for Thieves as they start up now.
Okay, 100 Thieves wins this chat. I'm calling it right now.
Answers
They're
are
going to be,
available
they're
here for
coming up on
Sentinels,
all their
Amazing
ults.
and Yusha,
Sentinels
and
just
it's all
used
about those 2
3.
right now. Can they make this work?
Nah.
On the back
If
of
100
this
Thieves
huge
does not win this, I'll
from Millennia.
eat my socks.
Oh, nice push away. I mean, that slows down Rise Heartbreaker. Delena also finds Crimzo in the middle of the fight due to the fact the thing kind of caught me open. So opening pick, like you said, Raging Royal Flush allowing itself to do that. Amazing falls, has ultimate available as well. 2 down for the Sentinel side. Okay, wait, last stand doesn't get anything. Dongmin dodges it on the outside. Or was it the cleanse that kept him healthy? Regardless, Flame still trying to pocket him, can't. Delena finds him over the skybox, though. Here comes Yusha, waiting for it, trying to dive back onto a backline, find the Gambit, but cannot. The heals are there to keep Delena alive as well. And right now, 100 Thieves are walking down the rest of Team Sentinels. The Raging Royal Flush enters too late.
Good job, though, finding Crimzo.
Big.
Trying to stall. Vinny able to find
Big.
TTK again.
Big.
And they will push this thing all the way in OT. That is going to be Thieves ensuring they guarantee overtime.
Excellent disengages you talked about is Shib in the third phase, just waiting on ultimates, biding their time.
Where's the doubters now?
You see, on their side, maybe you would have assumed
you smell
that?
that?
Have more position to
I smell a fucking reverse sweep, bro. You smell what they're cooking? 100 Thieves is cooking, chat. They're cooking.
Into your team, right? Like,
cooking.
Considering what they're doing for 100 Thieves side, it would be nice
They're
to get played,
cooking.
especially versus the group player on the opposite side. But, for Sentinels on their engage, on their offense, they might have a few choices in their back pocket, obviously. 100 Thieves, same thing. They look really good with the Wolverine, right, Chip? Like, this seems like a
it
good
was
mix-up.
one round, bro.
Dude, this is
Don't
what we
say
wanted
it was
from them,
one
right?
round.
Like, we wanted
You
to
guys are
put
the
Self
same
on a
people
duelist role.
who would FF after
allow
one
Vinny to go
team
back and
fight
try
in
to
your
choose
ranked
something
games.
like Groot, which
Who
works
cares
right now
about,
that
let
is
alone
available.
one
Have
round?
TTK
Don't say
play,
one
the Strange.
round.
Great on Strange. I don't think Vanpool's a bad option either, but at this point, electing not to do that because I think Portals are really strong here on point 1, so that's the idea. They had some use with it, didn't get a ton of value, but so it was a decent idea. It's just a better composition for them as a whole, and I think it's working out for them in spades, exactly like we kind of assumed.
Win this.
But I do think everything was off the back of what you called out. Again, was them just kiting those 3 ultimates.
Yeah, that was a huge play, huge maneuvers, and for you Sentinel's side, I saw Yusha, I think, hovering the Psylocke. I actually wouldn't mind that, or the Daredevil. But it just feels like the Phoenix, it just slows these comps down a little bit. I understand the Phoenix is still good, but we saw earlier what happens when you give up on the Phoenix, for example, with, we lost. You just go for those hard engages, hard ints like you want to do. But the thing is kind of slowing down this comp a little bit. Like, you have a rogue that wants to
By the way, chat, we're at
too,
12
but not
hours
the
streamed
follow-up
already.
from
We
anybody
still
really.
have 2 more matches.
It's a bit awkward for Sentinel's side. We'll see if they can mix it up on their attack.
Yeah, you can see Yusha there on the Punisher. This might be one of the few second times maybe that we've seen Punisher in these comps, but does a good job at burning those Groot walls, and that is going to be the job here for Yusha. Just force Vinny off Groot, go hard damage, and allow your team to walk. And we'll see if it works.
Someone
out
said 5 push. I'll do the push-ups at the end, bro.
It's
what,
like,
5?
Old seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we really can't play Wolverine, guys, at all. It's just interesting. But TTK goes down. Nice job from Ride a kick in the face. And that's going to result in 2 people falling immediately.
Yo, where did 100 Thieves go?
Portal touch this, but there's a lot of CC available here for Amazing to try to stall. They're both looking on in either side here, and they will get this point instantly. Sentinels took that 3 stack with a grain of salt. They're bouncing right back with a vengeance here, as we're going to see what happens on this next take. Winnie does have ult available though.
Yeah, we'll see if 100 Thieves react. I mean, the thing is with the Punisher, it'll be a bit harder to make it work, I think, when these angles kind of come through. Not as many straight lines, I think, for Yusha to get a lot of shots down range. And for TDK, it might force him to switch over to Magneto. But here comes the combination of Ritual Flush and the Final Judgment.
Wow, Yusha with 2 now. Kurova finds self through
Stop
the
it.
chaos. That's another
Stop
pick
it.
there. Make
Stop.
it a quadro
Stop.
out to Yusha.
Stop.
Who can apparently
Stop.
play it all.
What,
Great
bro,
take there.
don't do
off the
that.
back of the combo. And that's another really strong combo.
Don't
right?
do
Use
that.
Royal Flush with that judgment. And next thing you know, everyone is deleted.
No.
Folks, you deal 30% additional damage based on every bit of damage you've done every 0.5 seconds. That's kind of how that works. As we see TTK portal right in to try to stall this and guarantee another fight should they win this fight or lose this fight. We see Delena, TTK, everybody popping ults. Who gets more value? I seems to land, and it's big as Self and TTK clean up 2. And that could be enough to buy them enough time here as Amazing starts with a Heartbreaker.
Yeah, he does kind of come back in this fight, slowing down ultimate charge as well, making sure Vinny can't get off that Grudal. I mean, he's just getting absolutely shredded, but they're still getting pocketed. Nice heals from Millennia, eventually going to go down. But Rai kind of opens the door back for Sentinels coming back into it, so they're going to use the Meteor M. Self still has ult afterwards if they don't go down. Nice dodge.
Oh, no one died. Wow.
Legend in the sky, but he's low HP. He needs to get pocketed, so he can't go probably too far. Nice Grudal.
Huge!
Huge! They all got stunned.
Huge!
Excellent follow-up.
You know what, folks, as said, by the end of preseason, whoever has the biggest crude ult, I'll buy their skin for Vanpool. You know what? I think right now it has to be that. That was a 5-stack there from Vinny, which cleaned up everyone else. Really smart decision to buy some time. But again, there's so much time on the clock here for Sentinels on this attack.
Yo, if 100 Thieves keeps this up, bro, I'm going to start clapping without my hands. Come on.
Doctor Strange.
Let's go, 100 Thieves.
I wouldn't even mind him to switch to Magneto, but 3 minutes and 35 seconds in the Streets phase is still a decent time bank for Sentinels to work with. Maybe they can get that Raging Roll flush. Final judgment for you, sure, but here's a quick engage from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, coming in hot as TTK finds one out of Korova. Flame able to take out Self, though, to trade that a little bit. A Strat for a Duelist. Which one's more value? I'd say a Strat as TTK drops Dongmin. And that's another pick here for Thieves, who are locking in. And TTK on this Strange is looking built different right now. An absolute raid boss with his team up.
Still holding on to ults. Nice early engage by the side of 100 Thieves, but they did use the Invisible Boundary. They also commit the Phoenix ultimate in the previous fight, whereas Sentinel's not really using anything. But again, their big engage this upcoming fight is going to be Yusher and Flame, right? At least they don't have to worry about the Invisible Boundary on the opposite side, but that means 100 Thieves might want to play it differently and maybe melt Self. Or sorry, melt...
oh, did they stop it?
Oh. TP from Crimzo, by the way.
Commitment comes in now. Portal onto the high ground. Winnie does have ult. Or excuse me, TTK does have ult available. Korova and Flame able to start now. And they're using that Raging Roll flush combination with Yusher once more. Goodbye to Vinny immediately. Making it 2. Yusher, do I see more with a 3-piece? We do, as we lose Self and another as a quadra. Oh my goodness, Yusher. Somebody stop this man who almost finds all 6.
This guy's literally Punisher. He's literally Punisher, bro. He's literally, this is lore accurate Punisher.
Being said, or sorry, too many people in social media saying Punisher is bad or is OP. You can see Yusher getting insane value from it. Again, I just want to see DK maybe switch over to that.
They capped.
Magneto
wow.
Peel it off, but at least that ult's gone. Dongman though finds Vinny.
Oh,
big spawn camp, big.
Big.
They
do take it. Wow, that's a
big.
That was clean play. Very clean play.
Yeah, I mean, that was interesting. I mean, they went in with Original Flush. That's the thing, is that's like kind of Mantis damage boost gives.
Why can't Jay3 play Punisher like this? Oh, I do. It's just that my teammates never heal me and have
honestly,
like,
just get on that point, not even worrying about
it.
Like that's the only focus. It's like, all right, go ahead, use whatever you got, I guess.
Yeah, they've been playing it well so far, playing the macro.
So wait, GG don't heals.
Flank was all the way towards their own spawn, goes for the ultimate. Cloak and Dagger, all actually used by Korova in the middle of that to just go towards that cart. They're going to try to flip map probably, as Rai actually tries to chase down the Dilemma.
Nice by Korova killing the.
Pretty decent
I mean, Self killing Korova on the cloak.
Like we're talking about, ult advantage going to be up here for Sentinels on the attack still. Vinny now is has to get off that group.
I don't know, this is just like wild though. Like both teams in this like hard flank from Vinny. It makes sense out of him. Rai's just trying to match and mark the flank. But again, Cart's still not controlled by Sentinels. DK.
Oh, good idea. Oh, still finds one. Even through the fade right there. Great fade. But yeah, it didn't matter. Bubble comes through. More commitment. Wow, Yusher able to find that. As they dip inside of that boundary in that moment. Yusher trying to find a second Crimzo onto Self now. And that will put Vinny in a tough spot trying to hold on. And he goes down from Flame. Winnie trades it with Dongmin. But once more, oh my goodness, the turnaround from Crimzo and Rai now, who had taken control of this point.
Yeah, it's just on the left. They're able to kind of follow through. Excellent work from them. You know, I'm curious. So Self goes over off of Wolf. They go for a quick
5 push-ups, chat? What?
Trying to get as many fights as possible again, like we've seen in previous
How are you guys
matches,
up to
but
40?
Even more so today, trying to be 4 Sentinels to use some ults out of the portal. As 100 Thieves, maybe they have an opportunity to use their own.
Yeah, there it is. Portal on. Korova with a 2-piece. Rai able to find Winnie. Yusher is finding value.
I'm gonna need you guys to stop the count
every single time off the back of the combo with Flame. And I'm telling you right now, it really does look incredibly strong into Thieves' composition as they don't have that Magneto.
I guess the benefit from Thieves, though, is that they just use the Capel. Vinny switches over to Mac
There it
now.
is. Yep.
But regardless, you got 2 ults out. And also, Crimson used Clobber time. So these 3 in the previous fight, maybe overcommitment from Sentinel's side. You can find some out of Karova. They need to maybe pull somebody or push somebody out of the Cloakle. But Millennia, again, maybe they can get KOs even with the Raging Royal Flush.
The Royal Flush comes out, match right back by the Eternal Bond walking forward. Yusher able to find TTK. You can't believe it with this shot. He just locked in right now. Answers are both out there. I'll tell you what, Thieves, I thought had the advantage on this defense. They need to retake and have it one
I
more
don't know
time.
why they got
It's
off
final
Wolverine,
fight
though. I think
territory
Wolverine's
here,
a
folks.
much better pick.
If
Yo,
you want
Delstar for
Sentinels
10
to
months.
take this, they need to
Appreciate
push
it.
this to OT on this push. Whole team got to regroup. Great recommit here from the
Hey,
side of
appreciate it,
Thieves.
my friend.
We're coming back as a 6-stack. You hear the commitment of the Galactic Legend now with Star-Lord on the back line from Self. Does that seem to land value? We're not sure just yet, as it doesn't look like it does.
We're watching the card for a bit there as the Star-Lord ult happens and the Phoenix ult didn't find anything, so at least we didn't miss much. But Delena finds Yusher again, early pick. Nice job to take him out. Pace of play switch up. 19 seconds left to go. Yusher might have to go for the TP out of spawn
This could be
2.
huge. TTK's ultimate in this indoor location, using your vertical jump to propel forwards and electing to not think it's needed. Now trying to find that Gambit. If that comes down, as Flame is in a dangerous spot, but he is going to be able to drop back using some of those cooldowns. Self-peel and self-heal. Portal comes through now from the side of Yusher on the OT. Thieves need to clutch this up. Up in the sky goes Dongmin, bang! It does find Delena as they are holding now once more.
They can still do this. They can still do this.
Has a chance at this up in numbers. Look at Winnie's positioning way on the flank. Now Vinny goes up with the Meteor M trying to find something. Does that land? It does! Answered right back onto a huge pick of the Gambit. It's anyone's game right now.
I mean, also Dongman used the Meteor M before going through the portal, so I don't think they heard the Meteor M coming out until last second. Delena was obviously a bit AFK there.
Wow, oh my goodness.
Yusher! He got 2! Gambit Raging Royal Flush on the defensive side too for Millennia, so maybe they can clutch up.
This is anyone still. What a battle there. What an E from Yusher. Still trying to maintain presence on point, TTK. It's looking dicey. Clobbering time does not seem to land. Likely jumped and shielded there by TTK. Veteran move. Has the eye available now once more. And that is going to be committed on the backline. Looking for Invis. It does. What a play there. Onto Winnie. Yusher finds the pick.
Oh my
Can they
God.
take this and push this to OT? They will. Wow. What a fight from Sentinels.
Oh my god!
What?
This is an insane match, dude. Like
What
1-1 now. Both
what
teams
a
have
prediction
a minute back
to
on
know where the
clock
invis
due to
was
how the
going
overtime
to
rules
get the
work,
stun,
both
bro.
teams fully camp out with no time.
Oh my
That means the 100 teams are gonna go
God.
back over to attack first. We'll see if their mix-up is going to be different, but there was a lot of well-timed ults in fights, I think, out of 100 Thieves just at the very
my
end.
God, chat.
That hero teleport. I was a little worried because it came
This
out
is
slow,
insane,
too. Like,
dude.
Yusher
I thought
didn't
100
even
Thieves
pick
was gonna
Dr.
win
Strange
this, bro.
fast. Like, he was a little late to go
They
for
can
that
still win
swap.
this.
And also
Not
the
over.
eventual place down. Like, he took his sweet time. But it ended up working out like we saw. Coming through the portal, it's like those Scarlet Witches ship that kind of come through and you can't hear the voice line.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Dominant.
Yusher is insane, bro. Yusher is insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's big brain, right? You using those ults, I can't remember the exact distance where you can't hear the sound, but Portal pretty much guarantees that's going to be the case. And that was just
That is actually crazy,
textbook.
bro.
Lights out there on the attack from Sentinels. And shout out Yusher. What can't Yusher play? The amount of strange work
Yo,
that was
Simply,
done in
appreciate
those
the massive
fights
500 bits,
was
my friend.
next level. Finding too early on in point after being down a number, evening the odds, putting it back in your favor. Immediately building up to that.
Oh, whoa,
sure
whoa,
arse
whoa,
dive
whoa,
on
whoa, whoa,
Moto.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Finding
That was like
Winnie
that was
invisibly
before.
over the edge to get that pick was pretty much the swan song for the defensive side of 100 Thieves. And now we are heading to OT. And this is going to be a very difficult mindset to be in for Thieves who need to attack
Yo, Self,
first.
your camera
the aggression
is
there was so
non-focused.
smart.
Bro, they.
Portal play
I
on
like
the
Self
offense
on
is
the
not going to
Wolverine.
utilize first. TDK wants to
He
save for overtime.
carries when he's on Wolverine.
We're going to walk up with the same comp they were on before, no Magneto, versus the side of Sentinels who maybe expected Wolverine and had Crimzo on the thing. But obviously he's not.
We're looking now on the retake. Everybody a little nervous. You can see it on the non-initiation. No one wants to give that alt charge to the backline of Gambit, both of which
Wait, he got off
roughly at similar
Wolverine.
percentages. Millennia going to be slightly in the advance at 30% here. Flame going to be 10% behind. Should have it pretty close. As we see, everybody's just afraid to go down. No one wants to be the first one to go down. Walls are committed now. No Punisher off rip here from either side. Looks like Vinny is doing a good job trying to own that space. Takes a ton of damage and now essentially feeds Millennia on the backline on that alt charge. And now Millennia's
Wow,
at
this guy's like
70%,
automatic with his aim.
about 10% over.
Yusher's given so much space. This is usually where we see like Delena kind of come through in the clutch on the off angles, but oh gosh, it's the damage that you talked about. Yusher on defense. They still have to give a lot of space. Also available now for Winnie. They know Straddle first, but okay.
Oh!
Self goes down.
Amazing, doing a great job here, finding one, but takes a ton of damage. And now Vinny.
What I don't understand is that Wolverine must be so much better because they're running 3 tanks. Also, Vinny.
Onto Crimzo, and that will do it here for Thieves on attack. They will get this point and get it walking.
Oh my God. I mean, where's our shadows in that
Say
fight,
something now, chat. Say something
too
now.
much damage
It's
coming out
over.
of the offense. Kurova
It's
getting
over.
staggered, obviously, because the cart moves
Reverse
on
sweep.
auto,
You smell
so
it?
gets past
You
his
smell
first
what the
little
100
throwaway.
Thieves are cooking?
But that's just interesting. He didn't raise and roll flush or anything in the previous fight. They want to go for now. Now they have ult advantage coming into 100 Thieves.
Portal comes in. They're going to play off that to attack early. They want to ensure that it doesn't get too much space. Very smart play. But it's, oh, wow, Crimzo. Deletus there onto Vinny. Out goes a big eye of Agamotto. Doesn't find value. Isn't enough. Delena takes
He
out
got stunned.
Delena in the sky now with the end zone. Bang, goodbye. Goes TTK Yusher, excuse me. And that should shut it on down as Dongmin gets a pick.
Yeah, excellent re-engage by Sentinels there, but regardless, 100 Thieves capped the first point, got to that location.
All
with
they
the
needed
portal.
to do was cap first point.
Oh my God, it was close.
Watch.
And, you know,
Quote
maybe going
me.
in hindsight, they used the
Quote
portal first to try to
me.
get quicker
All
fights,
they
but
needed to
they
do was
still
cap
built
first
shadows
point.
from Winnie. That kind
It's
of wasn't
easy.
the first fight.
Easy.
Offense though, Shib, like, does Sentinels mix it up?
Easy.
You know, they're not against the Wolverine anymore. Do we get off the thing maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so, on offense at least, but we'll see what they decide to do in a moment. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge attack from Thieves. Whether, you know, you say, all right, they're barely pushing on point 2, that enables this side of Thieves to have a guaranteed portal fight on point 2, as long as they don't commit portal on point 1, which I don't anticipate happening with a minute. Which means they have a chance, no matter what, to stop this. So shout out Thieves, who are looking good right now. You can see Yusher is predicting potentially Vinny on that Groot, and guess what? That's exactly the plan right now for Thieves. And is it too predictable here? Yusher, that could be a big counter and give them enough space for Sentinel's attack to take this home.
They're doing the play, Shib. They're doing the play. They're doing the strat.
Oh, they are. I love it.
Yeah, we're gonna see that cheese, you know, real quick TP play in, try to build ult fast, win the fight as you know, soon as possible.
The Jag.
Trying
Appreciate
to
my
bring
new
it,
tier
though,
1
right?
sub, my
Not going
friend.
for the Wolverine, going for the Psylocke this time around. It wasn't the Starlord earlier. Don't mind that mix-up, but let's see if Sentinels can take advantage of this quick strat of ult that we built from Flamme.
And let the games begin. Yeah, oh, it's a little early on the stun. And that is going to give them enough time for the portal. Good idea from Delena. If it was just literally a millisecond later, they have that stun and disrupt this plan. Dongmin playing it safe, though, on the backside. This is going to give guaranteed height. And honestly,
if he had that stun a split second later, bro.
With thing, because you have this corridor to battle and protect your backline on. And that's the idea of this comp. They just want to play this slow and guarantee they can take this.
I wonder if you just don't shoot, but then it's too late because you have to shoot him on that angle. Build your own ults. Here comes that Bane Hammer on the backside, but can they capitalize? Are they aggressive enough? Looks like they go low. Eventually, they're still in there, but no KO just yet. Everybody's so low. Cooldown's forced down.
Yeah, this is a crazy start right now. Flame used that ult early to stay healthy, but pays for it as Delena now finds oneself. And Delena with a 2-piece, stepping up in a clutch moment. Goodbye to Dongmin here, and they might try to stagger Yusher if available.
Say
no,
something.
They don't even need to. Portal was committed at 7 seconds on. They can't get here. I do not believe, unless this Venom can touch if they go Venom. And they will not.
Quote me.
We are going to see.
Quote me. All you guys need to do is cap first.
Map here, and that's just how it goes with these two teams.
What? This is just crazy. Like, why are we still on the thing when they're not on Wolf anymore? I don't know. Dude.
Hey.
You know, maybe Crimson likes playing the thing. I get it. I understand it. But, man, that just was crazy back and forth between both squads. Winnie going to be the MVP.
I was kicking my feet up, bro. I was drinking some coconut water from a coconut, relaxing on the beach, catching some sun and some Z's, bro. Say something, chat. All they need to do is put Self back on the DPS, bro.
We've seen it done before so far in these
Don't
playoffs.
put him on
It's totally
support.
possible.
Don't put him on
History doesn't
support.
always tell the full story. You just hear the finish, and it's all about who wins.
Also,
here.
Rymazing is an insane flex player, bro.
Insane. But I will say,
Rymazing is an insane flex player, bro. He's playing tank, he's playing DPS, he's playing support, bro.
Ult early and commit with, hoping that would be enough to keep the thing healthy. To walk in and get a clobbering time, which you can farm pretty quick. The idea of their comp was just get ults fast, but it was not. It was just to no avail, I guess, on that attack. But folks, we are going to see what happens as it is a 2-1 situation right after this break.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Chat. Bro, you guys are saying, oh my god, it's a 2-1. You know what's going to happen? Well, guess what? Rad against Virtus Pro was a 2-0. And guess what Rad did? Rad reverse swept the best team in the EMEA. Best, by the way. Hey, anything is possible. Anything. Yo, you know what? You're right. 100 Thieves ain't rad. You know why? Because 100 Thieves is also... You know what 100 Thieves means? No, you know what 100T means? 100T means 100,000, and that's what you guys are going to get when you voted on 100 Thieves, because you believe in the J3 predictions, bro. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Never doubt the J3 predictions. Never. 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 Uh-huh. Yo, Simply, appreciate the massive 400 bits, my friend.
Do you think options per play will actually help me in GM?
I think so, yeah. Why not? What about the YWL and the Lunex one? I don't remember that prediction. I don't remember that far ago. Yeah, Lucky, they're 2-1. Yo, Scuff! Appreciate the massive Prime sub, my friend. Absolutely massive. Appreciate it. Good stuff. I mean, it just makes sense, man. It just makes sense. Get Self off of support. Put him on a DPS. Put him on Wolverine. If they ban Wolverine, put him on Daredevil. If they ban, you know, it's easy. It's literally easy math, chat. It's easy.
Protect your ball.
Yo, Ankle Breaker. Appreciate the massive 4 months, my friend. I mean, 4 months. You have a 4 in your name. Prime sub. Absolutely insane.
We get lucky. I mean, there's so many good games as well. Like this whole tournament, Zoe. It's been quite the preseason for sure.
Yeah, no, it really has been. Like, those teams refuse to lose. And that's exactly what we want to see in those elimination matches in the lower bracket, right? Let's talk about how they got it done, though.
Yeah, YWL plays after the next game.
Something more traditional coming out of 100 Thieves, and that's exactly what they delivered. We did see Self back on that duel list. What else stood out that enabled them to get the victory here, Chip?
Yeah, I think, well, one, Delena did great matching up to Yusher, finding more finals, you know, more damage by 100, which is insane. So that matchup was worked out well. Vinny and TTK back on tried and true Vanguards, I think is honestly the reason why things looked more consistent. A consistent 2-2-2 comp. They looked solid doing it, especially in moments of clutch. Big ults from the Vanguards. Everybody found their value. And even Self being out on that Wolverine whenever they needed it, that's a threat that's always going to be a problem. So yes, I think Thieves kind of stepped back into their own.
I wanted to see what the 21st was.
I think the only real negative with the 100 Thieves side is, you know, they still kind of made mistakes. Like, I still would have liked to see maybe TTK go over to the Magneto or something. There's definitely debate to be made there with the Invisible Woman team up, but I mean, still, I wouldn't mind it. And also on the opposite for Sentinels,
yeah, no.
I mean, Yusha went over to Punisher.
VP are out of preseason playoffs. They're still in MRI, chat. The regular season for MRI doesn't start till like May 22nd. Next month to the 22nd, bro.
Yeah, I mean, in Yusha's defense, like, it worked until it didn't work, right? We saw the switch over to Magneto, and then the Punisher was kind of like, meh. But, like, if you all still find some value there, the switch up just may have not come quick enough. Also,
preseason chat. Preseason is for 50K and play
is that what we're going
seeding in the regular season.
It was good, really good. 14 finals, 26K damage. I mean, and just the pressure. I shout out Rye Amazing on that rogue. It's good to be able to have who also plays Mantis, can really play every single role for that team.
Hey, appreciate no samples.
This game, here's that guy. I mean, he can play everything. Everybody that has the flexibility in this game are really starting to make it towards the latter half of the tournament. Celestial Husk to be the next map, but this is like such a game of, honestly, mistakes almost. Like, it feels like we see themes like Team Liquid Citadel, and it always is like this. Like, whenever I watch back VODs, I'm just like, okay, you know, how do we lose this fight? That's really the most important question, I think, for every team to answer is what's happening? How are we losing? Is it a comp issue? Is it a player issue? Is it like a location issue? Because even the smallest mistakes are going to cost you these games. And, you know, you can't make mistakes for both teams.
Yeah, I feel like comp issues or like draft issues, like that's an easy fix to some extent, especially when the players have flexibility to like just switch it up. But yeah, when it comes to just like mechanical mistakes, that's just everyone has to play their best. Everyone has to lock in. You can just not afford it, not on this level where the other team will pounce. They will pounce on any mistake, any opening they can find.
Yeah, and you got to be clutch in OT. That's huge too. I mean, Thieves looked really good in OT. They walked him. It was just so much pressure. Everybody was that's the downside. I think the weird everybody's hesitant to give Gambit alt charge, right? So everyone plays safe. But the next thing you know, in an OT situation, you're backed into a corner. You lose one, and then you're like, all right, why did we just not deal damage on the way in and try to find a pick? It's tricky, and Thieves definitely took advantage of that. Looked really good.
They really did. And now we're going back to a domination map, obviously, in the best of 5 after the third map. The other map types and everything that hasn't been played so far opens back up again. Domination, I feel like that's something that Sentinels likes to play, though, so it makes sense for them to take us back here.
Also, for the people that were saying about ads, bro, chat, I run ads during the breaks, so they're not, Twitch is not going to run them during the game. So you guys are missing absolutely nothing. And also, Overwatch casters are going to be here just because casters need to work too, chat. They're not tied down to one game like streamers. If I wanted to go play Hello Kitty Islands of Adventure instead of Marvel Rivals, I can do that.
I think if they can keep playing Wolf stuff, maybe keep it into
like casters got to work too. I mean, look at Vicky Kitty. Vicky Kitty, great caster, does Smash, Apex, Overwatch. I think sometimes even Valorant and Marvel Rivals, bro.
Not out of the question by any means again on Dom, but I do think when you have Cap available and both of which can play Cap pretty well, the Venom, if you're feeling comfortable,
chat, behave, bro, behave.
I mean, you just want to try to stay on this point as long as possible. Both teams haven't done it better than I would say some of these other teams that are in Ignite right now. They don't have the confidence on it, but they do have the potential to run it. That's the weird thing about these teams. Like, they have so much versatility, but it's not like they're just the very, very best of the line right now at any of those comps.
Yeah, it feels like they needed more time. Like, everyone else was just ever so slightly ahead of them, and both 100 Thieves and Sentinels are just like a week behind, or maybe 1.5 weeks behind. Or am I tripping? That's kind of the sense I'm getting here, Dogman.
Yeah, they're making like those small mechanical mistakes that are sort of ironed out through, more playtime.
How do the casters work, or like what's the metric games used to pay them? That's a great question, man. I have no idea. I'm just a streamer.
Okay, does this 100 Thieves team need to make changes, especially in the Vanguard department? When we talk about 100 or for Sentinels, maybe changing it up in the duelist department. The fact that we can't play Wolverine is kind of a big deal. Or it's like you said, maybe just give them an extra week, maybe just give them more time to figure out those heroes, because these guys are all pro players. They're all good enough, and this is kind of what we talked about. Like, a lot of this
also,
game is
chat, who cares how much they get paid or what they get paid? Bro, stop pocket watching, bro.
Like, yeah, we lost, are now into the next round is through that confidence in not only each other, but the team's game plan.
Did you guys feel like any of the players has been more quiet today versus what we've seen from them previously here in the playoffs?
Are you, this is a personal question, but are you a full-time streamer or do you work too? I'm a male online entertainer on Twitch during the day, and then at night, well, I drop the Twitch part and I go crazy.
Good on that Strange, on that mag. Didn't get as much value with it. Did a lot of damage, but final department just wasn't as significant. When you look at like TTK with 14, Vinny with 9, it ends it with 5. But that is just finals. At the end of the day, still going down 13 times.
Do you like streaming?
That for that map exclusively, but again, I think it's kind of
you guys are gonna make me get out
for these teams
like,
right now. That somebody's maybe not performing as much.
Vodka or something.
Didn't succeed prior to that because he was looking great. And
I do weddings, birthday parties. I do whatever you want, bro. I could also bust that in cake with a
the best players that we saw
G-string, whatever you guys want, bro.
Shined in other departments.
The price is right.
Yeah, also obviously like some focus onto those players that previously stood out will do the trick. Now I do see that the teams should be ready any moment now, and that means we're heading into map number 4 already. Still match point for Sentinels. Can 100 Thieves tie this one back up and bring us all the way to map 5?
All right, folks, lock in. Here we go again, as I have no doubt we're going to see the removal of Elsa, unless they want... Yeah, okay, I was going to say
Yes,
you should be a problem
yes,
as well
yes.
as the side
Ban
of Delena,
Elsa.
but they might match up again on the Phoenix. That's kind of been the answer. Last time, Delena came out on top in terms of finals and damage. I wonder if that's going to be the case here for Dom, as comps will be vastly different.
Yeah, 100 Thieves definitely performed better after getting rid of the Elsa. I mean, that's been a problem, and both teams love to play the Phoenix stuff, and that's kind of like my worry is that I don't know, like with Gambit, I understand that Phoenix is good, but maybe I'm crazy. I just like the Star-Lord or even the Psylocke or even Daredevil can take advantage of it a little bit more. But you know, we've seen Phoenix be in the meta ever since even the nerf. She's just such a strong hero, right?
Yeah, she's got a lot of self-sustainability and just peel and movement. Like, she can peel back line with the stun. There's a lot of answers there, but it's like, you know, you could say the same thing for, like, you know, when Gambit's through, Star-Lord's really good, like you're saying. I think he's a great one duelist when you have to run the solo, because can kind of fit, you know, into any comp. Can play more aggro, can dive with that Blaster Barrage, has a really strong ultimate that combines with Gambit, obviously, and then can one-clip if you're solid.
Ooh.
At this level. The removal of DD here for
The
Sentinels.
removal of Daredevil. I wonder if their last ban is going to be...
particularly, there's a lot of flank angles and height to take.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah, they banned this out last time instead of the Wolf, and it kind of led to being a bit of a mistake for Sentinels. But they do at least get Invis this time. That was banned out at the very end.
Here, actually.
We'll see what the side of 100 Thieves want to do, because they go for that Rogue Protect last time, didn't fully capitalize off of it. At least if you have the Invis, maybe you can counter the Wolf is kind of in their head. And then I guess if the Daredevil was less counterable than the Wolf. But still, regardless, I mean, I'm curious if that really enables them, because both teams actually go for the Invis Protect. So are we going to see a similar thing on both sides?
Yeah, and just to reiterate, or just to follow up on what you're saying, to explain, when you have Invis on your team, folks, you can use that force physics to disrupt the tackle there, that feral leap, when you see Wolverine just, you know, hugging somebody and carrying them a mile away. That's the idea there.
Okay, Chad, I got dinner. I'm happy.
As you're climbing ladder, but at the top it is a big issue for Wolverine as a whole. And does things light counter, a lot of those movement cooldowns from Cap, from Venom, from Strange even, getting rid of Eye, but... And it also enables, right, when you have the Invis, you enable your Strange, as we're seeing Dongmin floating that Strange here, which could be a big problem. But we're going to see. I like the comps so far. I want to see what they actually come out of the door on. You can never really see the true comp until the game starts.
I'm not complaining, just saying there's ads during the games. I can guarantee you no ads are being ran during the games.
Right? Obviously, Sentinels won the first two. 100 Thieves now winning one.
I guarantee. I see when my pre-roll ads are running. I see everything.
Like, just need to start getting the momentum back on.
I have not gotten ads.
I think they won the last map, even despite some subtle compositional
for proving that guy wrong. Thank you.
Player mistakes, whereas Sentinels obviously.
I make sure you guys get the best viewing experience in the best watch party.
Thieves, you know, do they start coming back after another Sentinels map pick? Considering they've, you know, looked good in days prior, but again are still up and down, inconsistent compared to you guys brought up earlier, Swamp Gaming and TLC.
I gotta say, I really do think that this start here for Thieves is a good look. This is a really good comp. This is a very solid comp for them.
How come I get ads for Rogue Game?
Got to get those levels early on, though, before it's starting to become the problem. Crimzo doing the same. Both teams got a pretty decent start in composition here. See whose is more valuable, and both of which are running that Star-Lord. Let the game
let's get this. Come on.
Placement here as the portal just used as protection for the moment.
100 Thieves is going to win this game. They put Self on DPS. Oh, very interesting. Sentinels is on DPS with Rymazing as well.
Sort of front to back style, so I'm curious how
chat.
Enabled are they by these off angles? How controlled are they on Delena? Like, he just needs to not go down, not die. TDK already with a fast ultimate.
Also, I do dual stream on YouTube.
They're gonna try to make something work.
YouTube has no ads
too. For a level before it's committed, and there is the commitment now. Crimzo trying to do the same. Does not.
Oh, enjoy King
Breakfast. Yet on either side. I see here now. Both teams playing a little bit passively, trying to test each other, get a feel for the comps, get those alt charge, that alt charge up. Excuse me. Yusher finds Delena. And that's the first start here for Sentinels. That's what they need to start getting that momentum and move forward. But you can see in the back line, Vinny trying to.
How about we keep our thoughts to ourselves and not curse them? 100 Thieves caps this point and wins.
Flame,
I said it. I don't curse.
And now
the curse is a lie.
This point early on.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I like the comp. I just don't know. Like, I don't like what 100 Thieves are doing. I mean, they're playing slow. Sentinels were obviously playing slow and looking for Delena. That's what we were saying. Like, the main thing with this comp, especially, is just to kind of live and play your life, and I don't know, like maybe take a page out of Sparker book, Rest in Peace, now eliminated. But, you know, play that front-to-back style on the Psylocke. Don't have to force the off angles. I think somebody like Nectar does a similar thing. But different fight. Both teams are going to have the Raging Roll flushes, maybe combinations available for Yusher. We've seen these fights end just as fast as they start.
Absolutely true now. Crimzo to put out that bubble. Drop backwards as Yusher's ready for the slam. A lot of commitment comes in as Amazing finds one on himself with the combination. Yusher takes out Delena and is on the chase here off the back of that. Oh, flush. That's just going to be a full delete as Amazing finds another Yusher again onto Millennia. And everybody on the Thieves falls down and heads back to the spawn door. 45% in climbing here for Sentinels. Korova, Yusher, Dongmin, Crimzo will be alts in the next fight. With the answers coming in from Winnie and Vinny. Didn't mean to rhyme there. Natural, as Delena also has that dance.
Hey.
Yeah, it's available, and they need to string.
It's like a bow and arrow. To go forward, you got to get pulled backwards.
Obviously, it's easier on the defensive side. But again, trying to focus
100 Thieves is like a bow and arrow.
In that last one, Delena goes with the ult. Vinny there to maybe help support it, but they need to get a KO with it, or at least force out straddles, and they don't.
And nothing yet, just driving them back into that corner. That's not necessarily a win because now Stack can be prepared to answer. And there was no commitment yet. As we see TTK and Crimzo both start. Amazing immediately finds Self now. And once again, Rise coming out on top of these early picks. And that's sometimes all it takes. Vinny trying to escape there on the cap. TTK playing off on the right side again. Still building towards that experience. But Sentinels already are up 90% on the first map. We've seen stories of comebacks before, comebacks before, excuse me. But will this be one of those tales?
They're going to have to really push it now. Vinny going aggressive, taking so much tracking. They're kind of just getting shot off.
I'm going to be the first person ever to get paid to not cheer a team on. I'm going to get paid from a team to not cheer them.
This Phoenix ultimate, which can get rid of all their shields, but he plays patiently, plays it slow. You should be doing a good job doing that so far throughout the series. I mean, he's just been smart with them. Also not missing a single shot, and everybody in Hunter Thieves has been forced back by the Phoenix, as this is probably the best we've seen Yusher on Phoenix so far.
Commitment comes in now as we see Flame able to find one on Winnie. That's a number up as the bird's in the sky. Will that find value? TTK gets very low, but not low enough. Delena at like 100 HP, 2 escapes as TTK, Vinny, Delena are able to find 3.
Hey.
They turn this back, but Rise says it's not over yet. Trying to take out Self, but it's too little, too late.
Yeah.
Just kind of dancing around that natural cover, and 100 Thieves are going to get their first ever percentage on this point on this map.
When he switches over to the Jeff now, so
that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Reverse this shit. Reverse this shit.
Winnie's gonna be the one on the Luna. Went back to spawn just for the speed.
They got this, chat. They got this.
But for Sentinel's side, I mean, they do a good job playing it slow, but maybe they play it too slow now. 100 Thieves have control of these angles. We need to not take too much damage from Yusher, but look how hard it is. I mean, this guy just does not miss.
I know, right? This is the kind of aim you dream about. As you can see, Yusher providing that pressure right now, dropping backwards, trying to stop Delena. They're stacking right now as a unit playing around that shield. Great moves there. TTK finds one, but Yusher able to trade that right back into Vinny, who tried to play on top of that Psylocke. Dance of the Cutterfly. Delena escapes after the fact, which is some good movement because everybody was prepared for that, but now the only ults available are going to be TTK and Dongmin for this current moment. Crimzo and is going to be right behind TTK.
Yo, TTK, hit a fat one, bro. Hit a fat one. Come on.
There it is, folks. Everybody diving in. Crimzo frozen in the moment. Does have that ult. Decides to not use it.
What a freeze. Oh, he got so low.
TTK and Self are
nice,
going to find those
TTK.
picks, start them up. And once again, Thieves are going to come out on top, but they do not.
Great movement by Crimzo to live that, though. That was wild.
Two answers that can buy them more time on point.
Yeah, they're kind of stringing together, you know, the space as well.
Chat's quiet now. Ever since, hey, chat's quiet now. They're not saying the curse anymore. Quiet.
From the pressure the Phoenix
you guys are mad that 100 Thieves is taking this round.
You know, not
reverse, baby. Come on. This is the beginning of the reverse.
Capitalize, push up, take space, but the disengage after that was perfect from 100 Thieves, who are now setting up with another flush and the Star-Lord Galactic Legend, which will be a lot easier to set up on defense, and Sentinels don't have that very same combination. Gonna rely heavily on Crimzo, connect down south in the sky, and maybe Korova's ult.
There's that invisible boundary now. As we can see Korova holding them onto the point, giving them enough space to be able to touch so that it can guarantee OT stays up there in percentage. TTK providing that pressure, and now Thieves are looking locked in as Vinny starts up. Match right back. Invisible.
Nice
freeze!
Wow.
Doesn't seem to land and get much value. Crimzo commits. Same with Winnie now and Vinny as Self starts up in the sky. Will that be enough as Amazing answers it right back?
Nice, nice.
Yusher with the bird gonna come down and dunk onto the back line. Bang! Does that get
say something, chat? Say something. Say something. Say something. Uh-huh.
does the same, but it
That's the
doesn't
way.
matter.
Uh-huh,
Thieves
uh-huh.
take this
I
point
like
and come
it.
back from a
Hey,
99 deficit.
J3 curse.
And that's a huge win for 100 Thieves, especially on Celestial. And that map, I think,
No.
is sort of enabling
No.
the Sentinels playstyle with the sort of
No.
bunker Phoenix comp.
Let's
now
go.
we move over to another map. I mean, sure, it's going to be more open, but I think the strats are not going to be able to bunker as much
Come
as
on.
they did. Regardless, excellent work from 100 Thieves. The dives coming through perfectly. The Captain America plays out of Vinny have been nice as well. And Sentinels, I'm sure,
Good
had to think
shit,
about
bro.
a lot
Good
after that
shit.
one because
Good
that's
shit.
Another round lost.
I could smell
100
it.
Thieves, you have to be worried now as a
I
Sentinels
could
fan. Are they starting to
smell
play together?
what 100 Thieves are
These games,
cooking, bro.
especially,
You
were
smell
right
it?
there, Ship. They had
Oof.
it 99, and Sentinels just reverse sweeped it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just on your mental at that point. That's just on your comms and your decision making at that point because realistically,
What?
you can lose some fights. Your only goal.
It's
at that
funny
point
how
is
a
to
little
force them to
bit
use
ago
ultimates,
you
so
looked like
have
you
an
were
ultimate
gonna
fight to
cry.
win. And it seems like
Yeah.
they maybe
I was gonna
committed
cry.
multiple, different
Because
different
100 Thieves
fights,
is
thinking,
doing
we can maybe win
greatness.
this
It's
one, we
like
can maybe win this
it's
one,
like
and
I'm
that's
gonna
just not the fun.
cry
It's,
when
let's force out whatever we
my
can,
my
we commit
kid
together no matter what.
is gonna say
They
"Dada"
weren't
as
able to
the
make it
first
work.
words.
Thieves,
It's gonna make
though,
me
with
cry
an
because it's a
insane
beautiful
comeback there,
moment.
are trying to
Just like
send
how
this
I'm
to
about to
game
cry
5
right now because
as
100
we
Thieves.
look
I know they're gonna
at the start
reverse
of this
sweep.
map.
It's a beautiful moment.
Starting off, we're going to have Winnie with the team
Beautiful.
with Vinny. And 100 Thieves obviously putting TDK back on the tank pool has looked good too. He's been a prominent figure, a reason why 100 Thieves have been winning this for sure. But Sentinels do have that flush. Nothing on 100 Thieves' side. They have to take advantage before any ults are built. But again, TDK is close to ult already.
Flame going to start off with that Royal Flush, using these cooldowns to stay healthy, and that's kind of how you have to play the game. But now, Crimzo with a nice pick there on a Millennia on this cap, and Crimzo.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're trading. 100 Thieves is going to win this first. Watch. They're going to set the momentum. They traded.
Once again, front line looking dicey, but what do you know? It's a cap, and that's going to be a nice pick. Good Prio in that moment to get the pick prior to the heals and go back to Crimzo after the fact. And now, this is just such a battle. These teams do not want to go down to each other, and it's a beautiful thing to watch.
Self trades back right, amazing too. So it's a good pull by Kalova to enable them to get that KO. But they still have to give up all this space. They also use the taunt out of the Deadpool. So cooldowns mean we need to back up. We have nobody to secure the point. Donovan just dive in, but again,
it's
like you said, he
chat.
can't be.
Have you guys ever like said something and then it was like true, and then you just felt like a genius, bro? That's how I feel like. I feel like Albert Einstein. I feel like Jimmy Neutron about to go brain blast.
DD available there. And we see Crimzo does have that freedom charge. Karova with the invisible boundary.
Like
Millennia
my brain needs to be studied of how because of how smart I am and how good I am at predicting.
In this fight, but it can be answered here by Crimzo, which should give the ult charge boost to Flame to have his ult as an answer. Remember, folks, Cap not only gives you that over health, but you do also get ult charge increase 20% here after the changes. As we see the pick come in from TTK, who just looks so good on this hero. Wondering where this was in the past. Karova.
That's true. I wonder why were they not putting TTK on Tank Deadpool? Hasn't he been practicing that?
Like they're trying to mix it up, though, having to walk in, like you said.
I know he's been practicing Tank Deadpool because I've seen him go 3 and 12 in my games.
They actually pop in with TK's ult early. Raging Roll Flush on the opposite side met. And Self actually decides to pop the ultimate this time.
And we can see, again, match back and forth. But using it on Self there is tough mid-all because it won't miss, but it doesn't matter with a good chase down. Dongman finds that pick right. Amazing onto Millennia is another one there for Sentinels who want this point. Can't seem to get it.
Yeah, at the current moment, forced away. I mean, TTK shoves TTK, or gets shoved over to the health pack side. Winnie able to check down Ryan Amazing and himself off the map.
Nice. I love it when Self is on DPS, bro. I don't know why. I don't know whose decision it is to make him go on support.
Tracks down Usher, who has been quiet so far, finally switches over to Psylocke. Kind of what I wanted to do on the previous round.
Nice movement.
Considering how fast-paced 100 Thieves are now moving. Even if you make mistakes, it feels like the Psylocke combination with the Star-Lord at least has so much aggression available to it.
As we see Rye Amazing finding one, and there's that DD we were expecting to see from Rye. Has it in the bag. That's a two-piece now. Karova drops up. Yeah, exactly. That's just going to be a full team sweep. Well done. As Thieves now are going to have to respawn Vinny. Forced to stagger a little bit here. Tries to find a pick in the chaos. It would have been a nice trade. And Crimzo
that was a good hold
to even that out. But now
that was a good hold.
Up 98%, and Sentinels are on the climb. Can it be the inverse of what we just witnessed last time, folks? It starts again.
But now is this worry, you know, is Karova going to be too easy to KO instead of being on like a Jeff with the Venom team up and stuff? For 100 Thieves, all they have to do is win one fight. Straddle's available, sure. We'll see if Delano wants to use it to maybe force out something and then go with Vinny's ult or even combine because this Venom ult could land flush.
Ultimate advantage, roughly even. Vinny gonna be close with Delena there. And Flame gonna be there close as well, right even with Millennia. So should be a few Qs pressed in a moment as we see the commitment come in. There's the match right back. You see the dance of the Cutterfly from Delena gets paid for as Rye chases that down. That's going to be the first start for the side of Sentinels, who do want to try to sweep this back in their favor. And what would be the odds of that? Of
Daredevil.
A full 100% retake, where statistically, if you get point first like that, and you take it up to that number, it is a very difficult thing to do. We'll see if it happens once more. These teams are just downloading each other, understanding their strengths and weaknesses, and exploiting them for days. Ult advantage even in this next fight.
This one-sided Daredevil's been huge, but you have to.
Chat, I'm not quiet, bro. I'm eating dinner.
Up in
Yo,
terms of percentage.
Drux.
They'll have that combo.
I appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend.
100% aware of it. And
Welcome,
they have
welcome.
Their own. PDK does have that Deadpool advantage, so that's more damage on range.
Yeah, a ton of commitment now. Self in the sky combined with that Raging Royal flush is matched, and Self comes out on top of Yusher in that fight. As it's still going to be stalled for the current moment. TTK finds
Who's quiet now?
Thieves want to take this back.
Who's quiet now?
There.
Huh?
Portal play could be enough
Who's quiet
for them
now?
to get back. Crimzo tries to stall, but pays for it as Self and Vinny clean up the rest. And Self, one more onto Dongmin. Portal play will be everything as Yusher preps that now, and they know what's coming. Can they make this happen and retake, folks? As we are in an OT situation, Thieves could take this and push to Game 5 if they win this. Sentinels would end, or at least push us to map 3, excuse me, on domination.
You got to get on the point, bro. You got to get on the point.
Oh
my. Oh my. Let's.
That is a tough watch right there.
Say something.
That
Say something.
is
Say something.
insanity. A
Say something.
single
Come on.
frame.
I'm right here, chat. I'm right here.
Pay
Say
for it,
something.
that's why
Say
point
something.
is
Oh, J3 Curse, say something. I'm right here, face to face. Come on. I'm looking at you. Quiet. You guys are quiet. Quiet.
What do you know, dog? That's just what we do here. It just seems to be this case. And
all you guys that are saying J3 Curse, quiet. I said, hey, reverse sweep, chat. It's 2-0. Doesn't matter. You can't sleep on 100 Thieves. Reverse sweep. Reverse sweep. Take Self, get him off support. You're losing with him on support. Go DPS. Look what they did. I think I remixes in my chat, fucking just watching what I'm saying and then doing it, and that's why they're winning. Ban Elsa, get Self, put him on DPS. GG.
Oh. This is just
GG.
absolute cinema indeed, folks. That's the first time I've ever said it on cast
GG, bro.
because I can't believe it. Game 5 we go. Keep it locked right here. We'll be back right after this break.
Wait, Delena with one final? That's why I said put Self on DPS. Delena, one final? One? God damn. Nah, bro. Delena needs to stop doing the no monitor challenge, bro. Oh. Yeah, Yo, let's get it. Yo, 100 Thieves is about to fucking win. They're gonna do a reverse sweep and call that a comeback. No, I'm not talking about a Kim Kardashian comeback. Hey! Hey, you guys are mad. You guys are mad because I said 100 Thieves is winning and they're winning. You guys are mad. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Wait, chat. Oh my god, I gotta show you guys something. I gotta show you guys something. I gotta show you guys. Look, I got your guys' opinions. I got your guys' opinions right here. Yeah. Wait, headphone den? I don't have a headphone den. What? No, I don't. Okay, chat, I have 20 seconds, though. Hey, 20 seconds. I haven't said this today, so I'll say it one more time. Hey, how you doing, Dad? Yo, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for following, hanging out, and just memeing in chat, bro. Hey, you make the watch parties so much fun. Thank you for making us the best watch party. Hey, it's been a lot of fun, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, and here we are.
Wait, best watch party in NA.
Because, boy, that one hurt, though. That was
It's not just
egregious.
NA.
That's
You're
that's
welcome.
one of those
Thank you,
C9s
Dad.
where you may
Oh,
or may not
Dad.
be telling your grandkids
Oh, come
about
over
it,
tomorrow
'cause that
morning
one's
because we have a new dog food for you and some
that's-
stuff for the
maybe it's just good
dogs.
fan service because
Sky,
we
appreciate
are
the massive
heading
gifted
all
sub
the
as
way
well.
to map
Absolutely
5,
insane.
So that's what we wanted. We wanted a close series. We got a close series. Let's talk about what went down here because honestly, 100 Thieves played this one really, really well.
Yeah, I'll deliver
I
it
love
to
the
you,
way
tomorrow
they're
morning.
able to just recover, not get into their heads, and just
Come on,
play it really
start the
clean.
game. I want 100 Thieves to win already, so I can
mean,
tell my chat to
coming down
shut up.
100% on map 1
Come
is
on.
already a feat in and of itself.
Come on, let's get it going.
But then looking really good there on map 2 for sure. TTK on the Vanpool. I mean, we were saying that from map 1. I mean, game 1. We were like, why is that not happening? It's just, this is so fun to watch, dude. I'm having such a good time with this, but it's just these teams, man.
Oh my God, chocolate! That was so funny.
They're just it's the match made in heaven. You know, it's kind of like Lunex
How you
and
doing,
yeah,
chocolate?
we lost, similar thing, right? Like it just feels like these two teams always go together. And same thing with Sentinels. Sentinels also had another close game with NRG. So this team also loves to just make everything stressful as hell.
Yeah, stressful as hell. That's pretty much the theme here. I do see or love to see the evolution of those teams and players individually. You just pointed out TTK, right, playing that van pool, and that worked so well for them, right? And then on the other side, like. Yeah, right, amazing.
What?
On the road,
Right.
like, that's
Appreciate a
something
massive
we've not
tier 3
seen
for 76
before,
months, my
and
friend.
they put in so much
Appreciate it,
work.
appreciate
But
it.
obviously, like the rogue ban had to come out for this one. It's like they have to like download them, but like it's really map by map.
76 months tier 3, absolutely crazy, right?
You can't
Appreciate
just
it.
come in with one single game plan. You
Bingo,
have to be
your
very
dad is here.
reactive
Hey, W.
from map to map.
Yeah, it seemed like Yusher was being more marked there. Didn't have the freedom to do as much in terms of finals. Was getting a lot of damage still. Rai though up on that.
I think we
Star-Lord
get
was
Cozy
great,
and
looked
Vicky
great,
next,
made the switch over to DD, which also looked great. Had 9 finals. I think that's something they should play around more. I don't think it's a bad comp for them to run things like these DD cap Venom plays early on and provide more pressure to the backline. But yeah, I mean, it's really been everybody's had a moment here to look good in this matchup. But it's all about this final map and who clutches, and I love it. I love it so much.
Oh man, script writers, they've been cooking.
What's up, Dad?
Dogman, what do you want to see? Or first of all, where do you want to see us go? Because this is once again Sentinels map.
It doesn't matter where we go. 100 Thieves
Anywhere
wins.
That's not Central Park, I guess. Just that,
Doesn't matter where we go. 100 Thieves wins.
I mean, maybe we go to like the Midtown or something. I mean, I called that out last time. I was definitely wrong, I guess, because we went to I believe Symbiotic Surface at that point. So that was also 100 Thieves map pick. So this is going to be a tough choice. Regardless, I mean, we just need to see some like more stability here because like the compositions, I like when we're playing the Loki stuff. I like we're playing Cloak and Dagger. So you know, maybe even for Sentinels, it could be worth protecting that early on instead of the Gambit compositions. I know it's good. I know it works for them. But if we're gonna play that slow, if we're gonna play bunker style, we might as well play around it. Just because when we're not doing that. We just adapt too late, right? Like I feel like if we're given the Daredevil, if we're given those sort of heroes, let's play them early on. Otherwise,
I'm freezing. If you want to turn it to 76, you can.
And Cloak and Dagger, and just play something slow, something like that.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think that makes sense. Yeah, teams aren't really running the Cloak without the Loki around. It seems like at least not right now, unless it's like an overtime situation, trying to farm off quick, and you just have the longer ultimate. And that's just like we've talked about for those who maybe missed it. It's because in the neutral, not as much KO potential, right? Like as something like the Jeff.
Bro, I'm freezing,
a ton of
man.
damage. You know, even the Gambit, right? So, yeah, I'm not sure
I'm freezing,
where they're going, what the answer is. Both teams have played a ton of different heroes in these 4 matches. So, I just again, I think you and I have kind of been able to see off the rip which team looks better based on their comp out the spawn gate. As soon as we see that, we're kind of like, okay. Like even like we said for I would say for Thieves, we saw TTK on that van pool, we saw Vinny on the cap. I was like, oh, this is looking like a comp that they could probably win this on. I think this is something that they should have done for the
Sentinels.
I love that they have to
it
dig
don't
deep,
matter where
but
we
there's
go.
always like another layer to it, right?
It
They
don't
are
matter
managing
where
to
we
just
go. I'm
keep on
winning my
coming up
chat
with
some
another
channel
thing
points
that
today.
we haven't really seen, another thing that might be working, and finding ways to like edge out those victories. And that's why we're ending up in a map 5. Now, regardless of what's going to go down here, the winner will be facing off against Yeah, We Lost in the lower bracket. Is there a team you feel like has better chances against them, or the other way around, that Yeah, We Lost has better chances against?
I feel like the team, I mean, maybe like Sentinels, if they're given certain heroes, if they're given the Ultron comps, would do probably better versus Yeah, We Lost. But I mean, both teams, I mean, they have it's a tough road ahead of them if you have to play against that team. That squad
If they
is
win,
so good.
they have, there's another
Zoe, just, like,
game
nobody
that
is
has to
really
finish,
prepared
then they play
against Yeah, We
again.
Lost until you do. You know, like you can make adjustments afterwards, but obviously not being in that group, not having to play against them, definitely is just going to be scary no matter who it is. But I would probably edge Sentinel slightly.
I like that. And I also think that Sen, I think they called out, was one of the teams that scrimmed them. So at least they had some practice.
Yo,
on
J3, I've been
it.
watching the
Right?
stream
Like,
for 10
that's
hours
a
and
win
still not
too,
having
right?
the
It gives you
Daredevil
advantage
skin.
of
Is
seeing,
it a
like, the
scam or
chaos
what?
comp that they run and finding a way, at least
Did you mute the
conversations
stream?
behind
If
the
you
scenes
mute,
about
if
how
you
you're
have the
gonna
stream
handle it if you were
muted
to
and
get
you're
there.
watching it, you're not going to get the
So
drop.
they get there, though, you know? Do they get there?
If
I mean, of course, it's a reverse sweep right now.
don't have your
I'm
account
not
connected
sure
to
what the
Marvel
ban out
Rivals,
situation's gonna be. Obviously,
you
it's
are
gonna be
not going to
Elsa
get the drop.
first, but do you guys have any predictions of, is it going to be just the strat line again?
I assume so, because that's where the comfort lies, right? Like, if Sentinels gets to play the strat line they want to play, like, that's when they look the best. That's
Jay, I hope you're having
that's the
fun
one
streaming for
thing
us,
that
making
has
content.
tripped
Hey,
them up,
I
and they
always
were
have fun,
forced
man.
in different strats, like, kind of combinations, and then also, like, basically they had to, like, abandon what they're most comfortable with. So, yeah, I personally would target that, but
Gambit
it
drop
also
tomorrow.
depends
Yeah,
on where
chat.
they're taking us.
Yeah, they'll have to think about that, and they're still taking their sweet time deciding the map.
I don't curse. I don't curse. I don't curse. You have to let me know,
Or
Mannington.
go to the bathroom.
People have stuff to do.
So I can
guys.
shut
Can
the
you-
front door.
can you
Yeah,
all-
hurry up and pick the damn map, or go to the bathroom. Or we just how about we just invent esport diapers? That could be a good solution if these guys go to the bathroom. We're getting to that part of the broadcast because might as well
Yeah.
with how long these players.
Yeah.
I can smell the money. There's a business right there. Dogman, I think you're onto something.
Smell.
I can smell it. It's right there. Ka-ching. Yeah, honestly, that's a good business model, especially for esports, and we do have to find out about it.
All right, we're digging
in
into
this
it. Yeah,
economy.
let's open up the financial.
in this
book. Let's
economy,
see.
you know.
Do we have a plan? Do we have a business
Hey,
plan?
appreciate
What's
it.
going
Been
on
watching
here? What LLC
since
are we
Virtus
getting?
Pro and Rad.
Maybe we can go for Team Ego Death because Self is
You are
in
the
the
only
game,
streamer
so
entertaining
maybe
enough to
that's
keep me watching
viable.
that long. You're the best streamer I know
You
of.
know,
Hey,
but
love your content. Thank you for the great work. Chat, why can't you guys be like free streams, bro? Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
No
Warden
shame in that.
Junior,
Yo,
appreciate the massive prime sub as
whatever,
well.
like, keeps you locked in. That's
would
what
do
this is all about. This is it's a performance diaper.
Yeah.
think that's-
You have the best ideas, Zoe. We gotta keep you
so
around
much.
for you're the ideas girl. I love it.
From the back seat, I'm reaching up, grabbing the wheel, and yoinking us back on track here
luck.
with this. Delena, dude, I just looked at the stats while we were just sitting there because
That's not a page.
for a moment. Delena only had one final on in that last match.
Man.
That's
Actually?
so the Psylocke. I know you mentioned the Psylocke stuff. You know, across the board, the lowest in the entire lobby. You know, without the Loki around. So what's your
Man,
thoughts
I
on
love
that? What do you
water,
think
bro.
is the
My
reason
voice
for
is
that?
dying. I've been
Man,
screaming
you
so
really
much for the
yanked
past
me
3
back on
days.
track with this one because I think like the Psylocke overall, like you don't have to make
No
the plays, you
more
don't have to
Overwatch
be that
casters.
character that
WTF
gets the
is
final
this?
hit. Like,
Exterminator.
people say they think Psylocke is that type of character, but
People
there's
gotta
so much
work,
game
bro.
neutral now. Like,
How
old
about you go
Psylocke,
get a
sure,
go work
had the
yourself?
combo, like you saw how broken
The
that
hell,
punch
man?
was, that 1-2 punch was. But now new Psylocke, it's just about cooldowns, you know, and uptime. It's like an APM type character, so it's a very different style of play. For sure. So Delena
Marvel
definitely got value
Rivals
just in
has
existing,
the best
and living.
casters
And
I
that's
have
kinda like
ever
I like for
seen
both teams. Like
in
if
any
Ryan switched to
esports.
Daredevil sooner, would have been a fan of that. Kind of same thing. Kind of can live for a long time with the overhealth and the damage output. And then the Star-Lord stuff, I mean, that could also work. But we're going to Shin Shibuya.
Shin
So
Shibuya,
the
chat.
snapshot
Shin
could've just both teams
Shibuya.
pick was wrong
Protect your
Yo,
every time.
Michael
Just like
Ray,
my
appreciate the massive
tournament
24 months
predictions
as well. How you doing?
Just like everybody's.
You and everybody's really, you're not alone in that boat. Okay, Shin Shibuya. Shib, how do you feel about this pick?
I love Jay
Shin
casting,
Shibuya, I like
repeating
this
you
map.
know
I think that's
18
fun.
times.
I mean,
Hey,
in terms of
you
their
know you
actual
gotta do
stats
what
that
you
I
gotta
pull up
do.
what I've written over time,
I do say
sure
you know a
who has
lot.
the most
I need to
success
stop
here,
it.
but,
Emily yells at
people,
me.
It's a controversial map, I say. I think point one is either the best defense ever or people get rolled instantaneously, and I'm not sure why that is the case, but it just always is the case. So yeah, I'm not sure who comes out on top, but it's It's going to be about their strategy of attack on point 1. I think that really sets the tone.
You know,
So what kind of strategy usually succeeds here? Like, what's the spawn buster? What are you rocking up with the rollout?
you know, chat.
We just gotta like go to that height, control it real quick.
It's really crazy knowing
I think a
that
lot of these squads would like to control the high
365
ground. We saw
people
that
are
happen
about to
before.
lose almost $5
But a lot
million,
of that's with Daredevil,
bro.
right? There's a lot of things that depend on the matchup.
100 Thieves are about to make
and there's certain things
$5
that guys are
more
strong at,
million
like, both teams are
dollars. Can
totally
you guys
fine
believe
running
that?
The Gambit comps. It's a matter of, do we get the Invisible back into the game, and do we dive the Invisible
It's
Woman?
it's
Because I think
crazy.
Invisible Woman actually is somewat easy to dive. That's the problem with like.
I am
people
about to
thinking
make
that Invisible Woman's super
431
strong.
people
If
a
you have
lot of
good
money.
coordinated dive and setup, I
Because
know
they
she has
follow
feel
the
for
book.
it and stuff,
You know
but
what book that is?
especially with a lot of these melee characters,
know what
that
the
just
book that
break through
is?
her shield and the amount of damage output from the dive.
The
characters,
How
it
to
feels
Get
like it can be
Rich
tough to
book
play,
with the
a
J3
lot of that in
predictions.
Viz. I know both teams still like to play triple strategists, especially Sentinels, but they haven't been able to do so because of the amount of
What does that say right there, chat?
coming through on the opposite side.
What does that say right there? I said
Good
that
call,
that's
man.
100 Thieves
you're right.
winning
It's
the
'cause
series.
It's like you think Invis, and you think a lot of the self-heal. You got invisibility, you have that shield, but it's so difficult into a 3-2-1 coordinated comp. Everybody at this level understands how to do that. In dive, as you're climbing through ladder, people just think like, all right, I go after backline, I perish, I blame the balance.
What about the first game? I don't remember that far ahead.
Play, they will set up.
I don't remember that far.
They're gonna be like, all right, I'm on height, I'm ready.
All
Are
I
you
know
ready?
is
Yes,
the
3, 2,
I
1,
live in the
and
now.
Invis is gone. Like that's
I
the kind
live
of stuff
in
that
the
needs to happen if
now.
you want to play dive successfully. It's not. The
I don't
hero,
live in the
it's you.
past.
No flame, just calling you out a little bit of whoever blames their heroes for maybe not succeeding. But yeah, I mean it is difficult no matter what, and I think you really do need a strategist that can escape heavy, like Jeff, like the side of Gambit, who has a lot of self-heal escape outside of just self-contained self-healing.
So which backline has impressed you more thus far in order or in regards to like just sustaining themselves?
I would say arguably 100 Thieves side. I mean, like I like what
thank you.
Sentinels are doing sometimes. I'm
Thank
not saying
you.
they're bad necessarily. It's just they've made more mistakes throughout. Like there were times, especially on, I think did they win Museum of Contemplation? I think Sentinels did. They like were winning despite mistakes. I feel like there were times. When we would cloak and dagger roll and we would like die outside of it. Sometimes Crimzo would do that. Sometimes Flame, and it depends on the CC obviously across the board. But I think there's just been less of that on 100 Thieves side. That's why I would say definitely Winnie and Millennia are probably my better backline. I think.
Well, we're actually heading into a quick break until our players are ready. Of course, the series going the distance. We want to make sure that they
Dallas,
are locked
ready.
in for this one to give it a
Come
all
on
map number 5. Quick break, and then we're back with more.
Like, bro. If you are a professional player, charge your headset before match day. Charge your keyboard. Charge your mouse. You should not be having like any technical difficulties. What is going on here, bro? If you have, does someone have diarrhea or something? It doesn't matter if you have diarrhea. Shit yourself. Let it go down your leg. Wear those pajama bottoms that have a dispensable hole in the back, so then you could just be like, Mom, bathroom, and then have her come in with a bucket, and then she could call you good boy. Come on. We gotta go, chat. I don't want to go to bed at 3 a.m. That's oddly specific. What? You don't watch South Park, bro? The best episode ever. It was World of Warcraft. Who has taste? Who knows what I'm talking about? Come on, man. Come on, chat. Do yourself a favor. Go watch the World of Warcraft episode of South Park. Just eat your dinner. I need a napkin. I need to go get a napkin. Yeah. Okay, fine. Give me 2 seconds, chat. I'm gonna go get a napkin. Oh. Yo, napkin secured, bro. Napkin secured. Why is J3 eating all the time? Because it's 10 o'clock and I gotta eat dinner? Do you guys want me to die? The hell, chat? We have 2 minutes. I don't think we can play words on stream. Uh-huh. We're not even halfway through. Yeah, that's true. Oh my god. Spicy. Come on, man. I think so. Emily made me ramen, chat. I think it's ramen. Yeah, it's ramen. Okay, chat, let's get back into the show. Let's get it.
Welcome back, everyone. Zoe here, Jump at Dogman, and I run ship. This is the posse that somehow speaks map 5s into existence, and we did it once again for you, dear viewers. So you're welcome. We're gonna see what both of these teams have in store for us as the bans are about to take place. So no more waiting. We've decided on a server. Everyone went to the bathroom. Everyone is locked in and ready, and so are we for this last map in this series.
All right, let's go, Zoe. Let's freaking go, dude. I mean, where are we playing?
I don't know why this
Madagascar?
is taking
That's the
forever.
second one?
Everyone knows
What's
100
up,
Thieves is gonna
I
win.
assume so. Yeah, you nailed it. Maybe they decided on the server.
Everyone
while
knows.
going to
100
bathroom,
Thieves
bringing
wins,
back
bro.
gamer diapers.
Oh god. Our viewers already hate us. We have lost all credibility as casters.
That's a full circle, though. Brought it back. Here we are in the banning phase, folks. Shin Shibuya, as discussed. Looking forward to seeing what the teams want to run. It has been a bit of chaos between teams on this map. But we're going to see now the Elsa ban on both sides, which I can promise you will happen.
Yeah, everybody learned their lesson after the early aspect of the tournament. I mean, there really hasn't been like any bad Elsa players either. That's the interesting.
Yo, 100
fact,
Thieves. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Comes through inevitably for me, but you know, I imagine Protect's coming through in terms of the gambit on both sides. We've seen some like deviations away from that. Like Shiv, like what do you think about that? Let me know if you can, if this is like if this is too hard of a question, but. I mean, would it be a decent idea to like prioritize other heroes that you want, like Daredevil, for example, if that's going to be targeted later on?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, we saw we lost through that a little bit, no? So it's like it's definitely in the it's like are you scared to do it? It's almost like if I was a coach, if I made that decision, how much flack would I catch if I did that and I lost, right? Like I think that's kind of the tricky.
Yeah.
It's like, are you brave enough, right?
I'm kind of with you. So you're scared of like the public backlash, basically what would happen.
I'm not saying that's the right decision. I'm just saying that's probably why we're not seeing it as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you're kind of right, but also I don't know if I feel like
Who taught you how to use
coach,
chopsticks?
as a coach, care about
Myself,
what the public
bro.
has to say about your ban phase.
You can't. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Chat-
you don't want to listen
Emily
to the public. Like they are, they're kind of like a little silly in the brain
Asian.
sometimes.
I have to know how to use
like it's
chopsticks,
obviously
chat.
Captain Hindsight, even us, like as casters.
Sure.
That's why like like pro players will say like, hey, you guys probably
love her.
shouldn't, listen to us because like you guys obviously are in the know.
said that word.
You're the one in scrims all the time. You believe kind of each other, and that's the big thing. You want to listen to each other in the dialogue, and there we go. We get that Daredevil ban on the self before protects come through.
Yeah, I like that ban. Outside of that, it was pretty traditional across the board. Mantis being removed. I don't doubt that might happen from the side of Sentinels, banning that out for 100 Thieves. The lock-in of Invis, like we're talking about, and it enables that strange, it's good. We talk about there is some value. That Ultimate's obviously strong, and you don't have the Glartrox pulling you out. That's, always good to have. And she just does a ton of damage. We've seen both sides get a ton of value on the Invis, but instead of getting rid of the Mantis, electing to remove the Rogue.
Yeah, for the Gambit stuff, they don't want to let that through. They've shown that before. But yeah, you're right. The Mantis still gets through if they do want to play.
Yeah,
it, they can still
it
play
is ramen.
Ultron
I'm having ramen for dinner, and then I'm gonna have some raw man
and all that stuff on the other side.
tonight.
Viz comes through
for dessert
for Team Sentinels. And that always could be an option.
Okay,
The
let's get
problem
it.
Is like, yeah, we haven't seen, I would say, the best performance of Self on Ultron just, and it's not necessarily his fault. It's just the team hasn't played around it that well. But they go for the Rogue Band on the opposite side, but still allow Daredevil through. So this would be a very interesting match to, I think, learn what is
I
kind of
actually
going on
do
between
prefer
both teams'
top
heads.
sticks more than like a fork.
But obviously, you can't do any more learning when you're out of the tournament. So we'll see who kind of comes out on top in this first 5 mapper this deep into the tournament.
Well, that's a little
the
spicy
comp for
for me,
Sentinels
though.
right now looks great.
Okay, let's get this.
Similar, they want to go that triple
lock
backline.
in.
I'm assuming, for here for the side of 100 Thieves. So I think like both teams. I think both teams. got,
okay, let's see what we're running with.
Yeah, I'll be hearing that one for a while. I'm
TTK
sure
is
that's in the
on
comments, but
okay, I'm
both
liking
teams
this.
kinda
I'm
got what
liking
they
this.
want, right? Like,
Let me see. Show me the
100
team
Thieves on
comps.
defense with this triple backline.
I'm gonna tell you who's gonna win right now when I see the
we'll
team
see if
comps.
I love
Watch.
it in a moment.
And they're the team that I think that they don't really want to play like triple with the Mantis and stuff, even though it's available, which is kind of interesting. I think the Gambit kind of
Show me the team
pushes
comps. Come on, I'm
all
gonna
that
tell you guys
aside.
who's gonna win right
Like
now.
we were talking about all the strategists are
I could
very strong.
tell you
I mean, obviously,
who's
Gambit,
gonna
maybe you
win
could say
the
edges that out a
split
little
second,
bit, but even then,
the beginning of the game. Watch.
you could play it, right? Like if you're going Ultron stuff already, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Not every team is good at Mantis comps, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think it's become so well known across the world of how strong Mantis can be that teams feel obligated to have it be part of their kit.
Amazing on DPS, Ushers on DPS.
But,
Okay,
like,
Self is on
they don't always
support,
need to do it, but I do
and the
think
only
it definitely
DPS on the
an option
team
here
is 100
for
Thieves
100
is
Thieves should they
Delena.
like
Okay,
to
yep.
do that, even on attack. If they
100
wanted to do
Thieves
the
lost.
group kind of thing, it would work well. Just enable a little more healing and farm alt faster.
Psych,
but
100
there was
Thieves wins. Let's
positioning
go.
Here, folks, top left side, very strong defensive position. That's why you'll always have someone up there, and it makes it difficult. You have to find a way through it. The teams will like to break this left side of the map and switch the map completely, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from Sentinels.
I think
and a textbook
Ultron
defense
on
with
first
Delena
point's
gonna be
really
the first
good.
one to find something. Dongmin trains that right back though. Goodbye to Delena. Even numbers now on either side. Both teams just dropping back for a moment to reset. Good position.
Yeah, they have the read on Delena. Like Delena goes aggressive, sometimes makes plays like
Delena
that. He goes
on the
over
one
Psylocke
elimination
now, though,
Psylocke.
to come back. So we'll see him probably re-engage. Deadpool ultimate committed towards the back line, but the hard pocket comes through to keep everybody healthy.
Yeah, and dropping back again, Sentinels, essentially like a retake of Spawn, but there's that commitment. Dongmin launching ult to allow them to walk forward, forcing eyes backwards, but Delena able to find Crimzo through that chaos in the back left side. Huge
Wait, he got
there
his one
to give them
elim.
numbers
Okay,
even
that's
after
enough for the
committing
game.
with that ban hammer.
Nice.
TTK did the same.
Come
in
on,
that fight.
Delena.
Not sure the value of that in terms of where it was landed or what it drew out, but
I could smell
both
the
teams gonna
full
have to
hold
start
already.
Again, and
I could
Thieves
smell it.
are going to be up in ult
I can
charge
smell
for a
it.
brief moment and doing a good job holding time.
There we go. Sentinel's a little quicker to make that adjustment. They put Crimzo over to the Groot to take advantage of 100 Thieves, like lower damage comp. Also, the ability to kind of just walk at him as it went off of the Phoenix. Self into the sky goes to the Ultron's raid, trying to find a KO. But here comes the Raging Roar Flush, and in the sky is the Galactic Legend.
Yeah, this is insane right now. Amazing, able to find Self like we're discussing. Its Chef goes under, but where's it at? Ooh, looking for Crimzo, who does not have.
Oh, Crimzo! Crimzo broke the ankles of that fish, bro.
Sentinels now with a strong attack are going to drive them backwards into that location. Self coming back into the fight right now should enable that hold for a little bit, it seems like. Now going to commit once they've stepped forward. Wow, really good across the board from both sides, but both sides are a little nervous. You can see Delena start up with that dance of the butterfly, dealing damage onto the front line. It's again not going to be enough here. Even the Ensong Inferno doesn't get value. Nobody landing any of these Qs successfully.
Made good sort of pocket going on. Groot ult as well comes through to peel off Vinny, but no KO just yet. Just ultra sustain on the defensive side. And Usher still sitting above this whole time, able to finally find that first pick as everybody here is on the cart. We're moving to second phase. Excellent work from Sentinels to finally break through.
Yeah, clean play. Moving the Strange there.
That Psylocke ult did nothing. I mean, it was a great play by Sentinels to stack right there for the ult.
Take that into ladder
Chat,
with you, folks.
you guys got to remember, if a Psylocke ults, don't worry. Don't run away. Just collapse on each other. And if there's more people in the Psylocke ult, that means the damage is going to get spread evenly, and not one person's going to get hit and killed.
Well, and I don't mean an idea of, oh, holding tight's a good strength play. It was more so they just committed in that.
Self is on the Wolverine. GG's.
Left, much like where you hold on
GG's.
point one.
And they switch back off the Groot to the Captain America. Self goes to that Wolverine to counter a potential Groot. So right now, you would think, okay, Sentinels have the slight edge, but honestly, Wolverine just in these neutrals, regardless of no Groot, has been so good with these centralized objectives. And everybody trying to set up now. Crimzo with the dive, but does the peel come through? Winnie does pop the invisible boundary.
Wow, good focus there. Goodbye to Winnie. And Song lands, and Yusher finds one. TTK trades with Crimzo, but it doesn't matter as Flame takes out Vinny. And now Sentinels will keep this moving. 2 minutes and 48 on the clock here. Scooching it forward towards point 2. This is a very tough point to break. If you get it through here and you head to point 3, it means your defense should be significantly easier. We're going to see which team comes out in the next fight.
100 Thieves just did not get snowballed here. Like, they have Raging Roll Flush advantage. They could use it over Team Sentinels, but obviously they're going to have to move fast here.
Truth. It's a good call. This Flame used that last fight, and that's why it was so significantly easier for them to find value. Self is going to be on that Wolverine like you like, bud, and down goes Rye. Amazing. It was likely in the sky, knowing Self. She's not missing that, but look at this. Tracking from Yusher. Ew, onto Self. Goodbye. Like a robot. Dude does not miss.
Yeah, you should just clean with it. I can see why they believe in the Phoenix if your Phoenix player is going to do something like this at all times. But, I mean, both have been so good. Dongman does get ran down regardless. Incoming Lunasto dance floor. Delana coming in with the Phoenix ult. Does he have a combination with Vinny or something afterwards who can toss the ult out?
Human Namor Squid, just always landing those shots as we see now. The drop back, good movement, good patty cake back and forth on the back line from the side of Sentinels there.
Jay, genuine question. Is it a viable strat to push the fight first instead of having one person
that could
stay
be
back
huge.
to cap?
Crimzo almost has
free.
the charge
it feels
there.
like Sentinel
charge
sometimes
is
doesn't
always a
take free
decent
cap.
answer. You can actually use it pretty well into group.
It's better to try. I think, in my opinion, it's better to, if you leave one person on cart and take the fight, it's going to be a 5v6. One person's on cart.
Shield for
it's really good to go take that forward fight, and if you do win that forward fight, then get on cart, you still have that full progression. Instead of, like, let's say taking a fight 5v6, one person's on cart, you lose the fight, then the cart's just gonna stop, right? At least you have that continuous momentum. In my opinion, at least.
Sentinels, they got Phoenix ult, and use your cross map. You talked about him. Holy.
Crimzo cleaning up Winnie there. This is really clean play. Their comp is really good. This is the same comp we saw at the beginning that I really liked, and it's working out well. Yusher, dude, can you miss a shot, please? Can you prove to the world you're human? This guy is so strong right now. Locked in as Dongman and Yusher now have ult. Flame and Rye will as well, and Thieves are going to be in an incredibly difficult spot in this next
I'm not
fight.
even worried, bro.
I'm
not even worried.
Flame and Rye, it's almost a guaranteed pick.
I'm not even worried.
And then after that, you have Dongman and Yusher to answer.
Yeah, you should looking black.
I'm not even worried. I already know Sentinels are going to take the L, bro. 100 Thieves wins.
Time.
Everyone who thinks otherwise is delusional.
They kidnapped Crimzo on the back left. Self finally kind of coming up. Bit less, more angles to play around for the Wolverine at the very least, but Raging Roll Flush and the Star-Lord in the sky. Is it enough to trade back? The answer, yes. It's just kind of a win now button.
Wow, yeah, there it is. There's that combo we were talking about, and the answers are still there from Dongman and Yusher. But
that was a good team fight to bait out ults.
Push all three. Your spawn significantly closer. You know, it brings back to the days of strange portal offs. Definitely work here.
Sometimes you take fights to bait out ults. That's good.
As that last stand available, needs to find value with it soon to set the tone. 1 minute and 20 is a fair amount of time here for point 3.
I'm surprised that, on the opposite side for Vinny, didn't want to stay on that Groot throughout. It's just not enough healing maybe with this invis and backline, fast pace, playstyle on the opposite side. Oh my goodness, everybody again hit by the passive of the Phoenix. Also, Phoenix on the opposite side, though, coming out from Delena. But again, I mean, Sentinels just do a good job at full disengaging. This is like their entire game plan throughout the series. It's just, we run away, we try to pick off stragglers. 100 Thieves, this time don't fall into the bait.
Dongman now pressing forward, looking at Self, but There's that last stand. Does it land? It does as the cleanup comes. Oh, Psych, I lied. You
Where's
sure
the follow-up, man?
turning it around. Yeah, I'm not sure where the comms were there. It seemed like no one else was on that same page. Maybe it was just an aggro play. It didn't work out. Crimzo doing an incredible job here on Cap. You're wondering why they had to switch off the Groot. Crimzo's constantly on that backline. Look,
He was
they
just
can't look
testing the
anywhere
waters.
else.
It's fine.
Cannot get healed.
It's-
Goodbye, Amazing.
it's-
Usher finds
it's-
two.
it's
Millennia
fine.
trades with Amazing, but Crimzo onto Winnie, and this could be it here as Vinny's trying to stall for as long as possible. Kurova with the damage boost. Crimzo takes out Vinny, and now Kurova, ew, what a cleanup there with the freeze on a TTK. Point 3 is ever closer. Can they clutch this? Can they clinch this? And it looks like it's held for a moment, but not for long. This looks like it will go Sentinel's favor. They're going to get all 3 on this push.
They're trying to stall it out a little bit longer, but the answer is no. Freedom charge, assemble, nothing. He's going to have to assemble his body parts back together after Sentinel's 3-0
This is
cap.
easy.
Dude, like, why are we not playing
This is like the
Groot?
easiest
Why are we playing the
fucking win
Sentinels
for
game plan?
100
People
Thieves. Sorry,
are trying to make plays,
Flarkin
self trying to make
win
a play,
for
Dylan's trying
100
to make a
Thieves,
play, but
bro.
nobody's there
Sorry.
to follow up.
This
It's
is
actually
easy.
just like straight up upsetting me. Like, can we just like make a we're playing a dive comp,
Diamonds
we're playing
are
Captain America
formed
stuff.
under
Like,
pressure.
Can we help out?
And
our guys
100
trying to make
Thieves
plays? Can we do
are
something?
diamonds in the
It's
sky.
tough. I think the problem that they're having is, like I was saying, Crimzo on that back line is just pulling enough focus and make it very difficult
downstairs.
for
Oh, is
you,
this-
your
what is
team
this?
to look forward. And,
Oh.
that's where that triple line, strat line can work out if you really need to, if you're struggling that much. We've heard stories of Crimzo's cap. We haven't seen a lot of it in the preseason here. I'm excited that it's back now, taking a seat in the forefront. But, yeah, I'm with you, but I'm not sure. I mean, that comp was just clearly not it by any means.
Thank you.
Oh, I think it can't be it. You know, like it really can't. Like 100 Thieves have the potential. They have the players and the pressure to do so, and they showed that. I mean, the fact that it was an overtime could be nerves. Both teams have that similar playstyle that Energy Shock does, where they like always kind of want to revert to sort of peel jobs. But then, like, if you do that, obviously, depending on what you're playing against, it's not going to work out.
Yeah,
but maybe,
you can't be looking backwards all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, you could still blame himself, I guess, a little bit there. Like maybe he shouldn't go for those plays. Maybe they should bunker up and deal with Crimzo, like you said. But Crimzo's adapted and done a good job at playing his life and doing what you said is best done for Captain America players and just kind of harassing.
Yeah, I mean, feel free, folks, to go in and watch replays and watch some of these caps do what they do. You'll see a lot of time it's just all about showing your presence. It's not necessarily getting 1,000 KOs. It's about saying, hey, I'm here, look at me, and then your team takes the space off that as we see.
I'm calling it right now. Watch this. 100 Thieves is going to TP. They're going to cap the point instantly, and they're going to use that momentum and cap all 3 points with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Watch.
Doing something
Calling it
different,
right now.
essentially spawn switching at this moment.
They're doing the thing. When he built up the ult already.
Yep.
Little hoppity skip.
Little hoppity skip as they press forward now. When he does have that ult, should they need it. So they're going to play on point here and try to just battle whoever's going to contend.
Like trying to with Vinny on the point, or not Vinny, sorry, Crimzo on the point to delay it off. But there's that ult. Throws out immediately onto who on the opposite side. It's actually tough to tell, but can't get the jackpot just yet. Building it up towards that objective. Finally gets to extend it too, so built up.
2 ticks. 2 ticks already.
Pool comes out for the Vanguard pool on the defensive side, but everybody's still locked down together as they want to run inside and again bunker up. This is what 100 Thieves like to do. It's similar to Sentinels. Play around Dilemma and hard bunk.
No, that was actually a really clean tactical play right there, using that to their advantage. We haven't seen that a lot yet either. As wow, nice pick coming in onto Vinny there from Flame, who makes that up in their numbers. And now Sentinels are going to be, oh my goodness, Delena with some nice shots onto Usher. Psych, I lied. Numbers evened out. Going to see if they could retake on point. Crimzo trying to do-si-do a little bit. Just make them look in that direction. Build that all as fast as possible. Shield up and buy time. And look for self. And Crimzo almost gets it. Who gets healed up at the last moment.
Wait, I just realized, 100 Thieves is running the support Deadpool.
TTK finally going to get one onto Dongman.
Wow.
But they still want to win. They use the dance floor. Now maybe a Doctor Strange portal to come back, but Usher commits his ult, and also Ludisto dance floor damage boost gives them the KO.
Ooh, yeah,
Actually, no, they don't
chat,
get the KO. It's the opposite for Delena to get one.
Yeah, using that.
Oh,
Delena! It's just locked in right now. Coming back with a vengeance.
Sentinels has
after Usher looks so
great
good.
defense though right here.
Tracking. Eyes up in the sky here. Can they make this? It's shut down. Oh, self with a potential tackle. Oh!
I don't. Yo, that was very disrespectful, bro. I don't think you needed to do that.
Right back, go.
I don't think you needed to do that.
Now trying to find a third onto the back line, but there is more commitment again. Oh, but not for long. Goodbye, Winnie.
Well, he's switching, and then we probably got TTK going over the Deadpool. Maybe after that, or does he just
might
not?
be too late. It might be too late, dude. Oh, no, it is happening.
No.
Well, I mean, like, it's strap pull, duh, duh, duh. What am I
It's
saying?
not.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
late,
it
bro.
happened
It's not
for
late.
such like a long time that they had no choice but to stay on it because Sentinels were just like letting them stay on it, surround them, getting the right KOs. Now upcoming fight, Sentinels still have the edge. But you are right in that it has potentially been too long for 100 Thieves now, as they've already chewed off 3 minutes of the clock.
That was a
from
good
this
defense by
unsuccessful
Sentinels.
offense.
Crazy defense.
Yeah,
Crazy
so for
stall
those of you who
too.
didn't understand, which caught me off for a moment, is strap pull to build all that experience. Now you make the switch as TTK using that experience to his advantage. Finds Dongmin in that fight, making it a two-piece now. Put this dude on Van Pool.
Nice
Absolutely
headshot.
gross. But Crimzo on that cap, same story. Millennia goes down. Vinny able to find one on a Kurova. Another pick on a Crimzo. And Delena on a Amazing, and they will be walking.
There you go. Yeah, that one switch up was huge, like you mentioned. Sentinels, though, they have to feel somewhat confident about that.
Good shit, guys. Good shit.
However,
Good shit.
we've seen 100 Thieves snowball in situations like this before. Whereas, like we said, it's like watching a mirror for both teams. Both squads just love to play it slow, allow these dead pools to kind of get online when there is a dead pool, rather, as Dongmin obviously has that Moto ready to go. But we'll see who kind of, can find the straggler first, Sentinels or 100 Thieves on the attack. They obviously have that cart moving forward and can look for these Vanguards that try to anchor.
There's no real answer to I right now. If you landed on Millennia in the backline on that Gambit, that's going to be your priority because the cleanse is very much still a thing. It's on the table here. These pros know how to do that properly. Yusher on this off-angle flank with the stun tries to stop the pressure from TTK, but TTK says nope, goodbye Kurova. Flame able to, Vinny with a two-piece as TTK finds another.
Oh my. It's like eating ribs, Chad. Have you guys ever ate a nice,
but this is another one of those
nice
spots that we like to
ribs
talk
and
about.
it's delicious
really,
and you had
really strong on the defensive side.
It is playing it slow, try to play
Oh my god, that's what it is right now.
And for that, and now
that's what it is right now, bro.
Crimson still has the option.
Delicious.
He wants to see for the upcoming fight, regardless. Raging Roll Flush itself available. Galactic Legend.
Wow, another pick from TTK. He cannot be stopped right now. That's just so clean. Another on with Delena. Self finds Dongmin. Vinny onto Crimzo. And 100 Thieves are not done yet, folks, as they will be this close to point 2, heading towards 3 with just as much time.
I bet you everyone right now that voted for Sentinels is shaking.
Yeah,
they are shaking.
Come through from Crimzo.
Oh, you're right.
They are shaking right now, bro.
Maybe after as well. So he's touching with the Captain America Ultimate in the meantime. And
God, it is so nice to wake up in the morning and listen to Jay3's predictions to make you a billionaire. Not even, no, scratch billionaire. Trillionaire.
That freedom charge to answer. Great answer there. But now Gambit
great ult cycle from both teams, though.
Ready for it. No alter charge. What a retouch there by Crimzo and Sentinels, who are now going to have that priority. A minute on still. Crimzo, Dongmin, and again, Amazing. Just duking it out there back and forth. The boxing match, really well done by Sentinels in a situation that was dicey. What a touch by Crimzo.
Yep, and that really enabled them. And also the follow-up. Everybody came through on Ryan's side. Dongmin came through to go for that ult. TDK again, though. You talked about it before. He's got Deadpool ready to go, and as well Self and Millennia will have that Raging Roll Flush up in a moment.
Let the games begin, folks. This is the intense moments. Both sides of the fandom, I'm sure, are losing it right now. Amazing playing aggro onto Winnie. Winnie with a good push, though. Trying to duke it out, but this is that double oppressive nature of this dive. Winnie is going to fall. Delena trades that with Yusher, though, but a Strat goes down, and that's advantage. Oh, except for when Delena does that. Ew. Amazing trying to escape. Cannot.
Oh,
and Delena is sweeping everyone right now.
This is looking like a great game, dude. Just a back and forth right now. Crimson touches obviously with the snowflake, but cannot.
Great. Hey, I thought 100 Thieves were going to lose that fight. Crimzo and Amazing, great flank.
2 minutes now. Added to the bank nearly.
Oh!
They also have the flush combination.
Oh, I don't know if anyone else is sweaty.
For Magneto to try to maybe soft counter it a little
because
bit.
I'm not. Because I already know when 100 Thieves wins that you guys are going to be like, oh my god, Jay3, you're so smart, talented, and handsome.
Too long as, like you said, Delena hit shot after shot. In this third phase, though, they have to keep snowballing. They have to probably not overcommit in the upcoming fight or deal with Sentinel's ults coming up as well.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of follow-up here from 100 Thieves. Millennia's ult is available. Flame's not going to quite be there yet. Flame does a good job of gaining quickly, and wow, 80% already, just flying through it. Amazing, not in that combo yet. And if I'm 100 Thieves, I'm trying to make something happen now before that does come into fruition, unless you want to be retroactive or responsive, I guess. Is now there goes the dance floor. The combo's out. Oh my goodness, the focus was disgusting. Goodbye to the dance floor. Delena able to clean up too, and that is all of them now as Sentinels are down heavy in numbers. The retake commitment will come through. Crimzo, Yusher, Flame, and I believe Amazing should have ults here, where it's going to be Winnie, Vinny, TTK. And this is all about who gets the early picks in value, because ult advantage should theoretically be on Sentinel's side. Portal play would need to come through. If this does not work for 100 Thieves, what a freeze there on TTK, who tries to launch that ultimate. And Yusher and Dongmin are going to sweep everyone, and now it's going to be a forced portal. So you know what's going to happen. Sentinels are going to push forward like crazy and try to not allow that to happen, likely.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Hey, did they go for the spawn stun? Did they go for it, Jim?
I don't know, actually. We can't see. Vinny stalling for now, doing a good job, but ooh, gets deleted. And that might not have been in time. I don't think. Oh, the portal comes through, though. The portal does commit. Invisible boundaries now out for Winnie.
Oh, ult's after this.
But Sentinels,
I'm not even worried, bro. I'm not even worried. I'm not even.
Still.
Wait, look at the ult economy.
They're coming up right now. I mean, you should just go.
I'm not even worried. I'm not even worried.
American ult as well. Millennium now on the flank. 1v1. I mean, can you deal with this? So many ults. Unless an absolute choke job happens from Sentinels, it's basically over. Phoenix, Captain America, Star-Lord, all of the ults are happening.
No, I'm not even worried, bro. I'm not even worried.
This is
They're trading.
Like
They're trading. Look at that.
Back out of
They're getting trades. They're getting trades. I'm not even worried.
And Sentinels are sweeping everyone. Portal is gone. That is going to be game, set, match. Goodbye to 100 Thieves. Sentinels clutching up and taking home the W.
No. I don't even want to watch this game. No.
You know what that means?
I don't even want to watch these games anymore, bro.
Versus, yeah, we lost coming up. You know, that's going to be exciting. Holy,
I'm done watching these games, bro.
They're out of the tournament now. Sentinels, what a way to stop the reverse sweep. 100 Thieves were this close to coming back.
I mean, it couldn't.
100 Thieves is going to make me an alcoholic, man.
100 Thieves, you know, obviously got a few new pickups there on the squad.
Oh my God, bro!
Great, started to come into their own, but I think just took a little bit too long to find out what works best for their team. Well done, TTK and Lena. 14th Lena looked great at the end there, locking in. But I mean, just look at Amazing with the 48 finals, and it's off the back of that combo from Flame A, who did such a good job coordinating that. Korova, 44k healing most in the lobby. The whole side of Sentinels locked in. Crimzo on that cap with 12 finals, I think is more of a homecoming for a character than we've seen in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.